All right, let's get this shit going. Hey everybody, and welcome back to this very special edition of the Tabletop Tavern Thursday night, episode 30, Journey into Madness. How we all doing out there, guys? Staff, how we doing tonight? Cast, what's going on?
I cannot believe we're at episode 30.
It's cool.
I feel like it's a milestone.
It is a milestone.
30.
Yeah, 30.
Holy moly.
Wow.
30 episodes, guys. 30 episodes.
And we haven't killed each other yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Well, I said yet.
Yeah. I mean,
Yet.
There's still time tonight, right?
Right.
We haven't killed ourselves yet either.
Tonight is
no.
young.
I get a quick question for you guys. Davdithas, I think he is like a dog right now that got the whistle that was his owner.
No,
was
this is my new lip ring.
your new lip ring.
I got
Okay.
it at PAX.
You got it at
Yeah.
PAX.
Yeah.
Is it a 128 gig?
It
lip
is.
ring?
Hold on. I got to
Is it a
download
thumb
some
drive?
photos.
Am I seeing that right?
Yeah, I got to download some photos. Hold on.
Okay. We'll never leave home without your media, right? If it's attached to your face, it's
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys. So as you can see there's some new graphics on the screen, right? For those who you have visited us for a long time, you can see it looks a little different. We had a little incident where maybe somebody borrowed something from us, so we decided instead of making a big deal out of it, we were gonna fucking make it better again. We all take a lot of pride in this production, and so instead of getting into a tit or tat with somebody, we just decided we were gonna make it look better than that. So when you're growing up, you let other kids play with your old toys, right? So there we go. But thank
No,
you.
I didn't.
No, you didn't.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh,
that's an
God.
analogy.
I'm taking my ball and going home. What are you talking about?
that fake
Screw you
kitchen.
guys.
That
Get
fake
it?
kitchen I had at home with the plastic like vegetables that I chewed on. I still have that.
Jagasera, man, it's so good to see you. We haven't seen you in a couple months, and thank you so much for coming out. Everybody, thank you so much for coming out. I wanted to start the night by, just saying a couple things, and I hope you guys will enjoy this. This weekend, I went to PAX, and I surrounded myself with so many good people. I've got to say that this has been one of my favorite PAX of all time. We had so many people from this community and Floop's community come together, and we just had a ridiculous time. So Decider 12, Gamer Mom Luna, Generu, Floop, Manda, Optimus Subprime Mortgage, Tiny Meteor, Elite Honey Badger, Vidarian, Copasac, who else? There was so many people there. So at Skullstream, almost forgot Skulls, but being able to put those, we've been a community, and we have, for a couple year and a half now, right? And being able to sit down with these people and play games and take a gun out and point it at Decider's head and be able to pull the trigger. A foam gun. It was a foam gun, you know. But I had such a good time, and like I said in that video that I just played, I go for the people. I go for the experiences. Oh, Steve, I got to meet Steve over at Steven at Machuga at stackup.org and a lot of the guys over there. But they were just so many good people. We had so many ridiculous times, and like it didn't have to be a big thing. Like we spent like an hour and a half on the bean bags, guys, just shooting the
Oh my
shit
god,
and
just
talking,
hanging out
and enjoying each other's company. And it was
and watching Dave flail on the beanbags.
And watching.
Where can they see that video?
If
Can
they
you
go
point
to
the community to that video,
if
please?
you go to the Discord, if you go to Discord and you
Okay.
you can watch the video of Decider flailing about, because it's quite ridiculous.
I was just trying to get out. That's all I was trying to do.
The eternal struggle.
We walked a lot. Like people underestimate how big that convention center is, and we walked a good part of it. And we walked around Boston, and we went out for food, and we went out for karaoke, and we did all kinds of shit. So I strongly suggest. I'm excited for next year to see how many more people from the community come. So, you know, thank you to everybody who made it such a good PAX for me. I love all of you, except for you, Decider.
That's fine.
But thank you for making my PAX an amazing experience yet again. All right.
That's so cool. I'm so jealous you guys got to meet all the.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Next year, guys.
What an
next year.
opportunity.
Next year. There's always next year. I'm actually going back there next weekend for another convention. AceCon's going on, so I think I'm going to meet up with George up there next weekend. So no rest for the wicked. But second, and it like Manda says, second place doesn't get ice cream. So Decider 12 on the way down there, we were having a conversation as we were driving down into Boston. We were going to meet up with Optimus Subprime Mortgage over at one of the it's a board game bar. It's fucking rad. So
we
I
had
was
a blast.
We had a blast. But I was telling him, I was like, oh yeah, there's a room dedicated to this game, Steel Battalion, and I didn't think I don't, not many people have. I mean, maybe in the mech warrior community, a lot of people have, but it's not one of those games that a lot of people would probably know. But Decider actually used, he claims he was really good at it at one point in his life.
Back when I was 13.
When he was 13. But
I was probably the only 13-year-old who could afford it.
So, they run a tournament every day of PAX, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And one of the things I encourage people to do when they go is do shit. If something interests you, if you see a game or whatever, do it. So I told Dave, I'm like, you got to do this. And he's like, I want to do it. So he did it. However, I promised everybody ice cream if he won. But in typical form, he couldn't finish the match.
Winner. Decider.
I finished second place.
You finished
in the tournament. Okay.
Yeah.
Second place.
Actually, it was pretty impressive. So I watched him in all 3 rounds, and he finished second in every round.
Every single round.
Every single round.
Yep. And that's not bad considering the people I was going against still actively play the game. I haven't played it in 15 years. So just saying.
That's amazing.
He walks in and signs up, and they're like, he walks in and they're like, we don't know who you are. Who are you? Like, we've never seen you before.
One of them actually came up to me afterwards and they said, yeah, we were watching you play and we noticed you were doing things that made sense. And we were like, who is this guy?
We haven't seen you in the comp scene. Who are you?
So
exactly.
So the guy who runs that room is part of one of the other communities. Me and my friend George have started. It's PAX These Forever. It's a fan appreciation page for PAX. So Bill Gojira runs that room, and I have actually 2 good friends that used to do that every year as well. But it's exciting to see that this torch is continuing, and people, because this game is amazing. If you guys don't, go Google the image for Steel Battalion controller, because it's like 150 buttons, right, Dave?
40.
140.
I mean, basically the same thing.
But back then,
it really is a great game.
It actually still holds up today. Like the mechanics of it and stuff. It's quite impressive.
All right, I think Decider is gonna have to do some streaming of that and set up a second cam so you guys can see from like behind him. You can see like the full controller and the pedals and everything.
Wait, do you have the controller for Xbox?
Yeah, I still own it. Yeah.
Can you do like a capture card between your Xbox and your computer and actually stream that?
You don't
You
even
don't
need
have to. Yeah, they have emulators for it on PC, and you
Oh,
can.
wild.
Yeah, you can play
Yeah.
online with people through PC. You just need the right connectors to hook up the Xbox controller to your PC, and then programs to make the inputs readable. you know?
Okay. So it's like
Yeah.
a Xbox proprietary to USB type of deal.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. That's cool as shit.
It
So
is.
for the record, they still have controllers available on eBay, and the cheapest one I see is going for $295.
They are not cheap.
Which
that's
is
for sure.
it's only $100 more than it originally was. It was
Yeah. So Jay Gassera is the master of finding controllers cheap. I bet we could ping him and have him find it for us. But I bet you could find it in a pawn shop or a yard sale somewhere for like $100.
They don't know what they have.
They
Yeah,
don't.
probably.
They don't know what they have. Yeah. Yeah.
In like a 50-cent bin at a swap
Mhm.
meet, you know?
Yeah.
My son
local
had
flea
this. I
market.
don't know what it is.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll give
That's
you
how I
$1.
acquired my first Atari.
Yeah, it works.
Ooh,
Okay.
there
Yeah.
we go. There we
$10
go.
at a garage sale. Somebody didn't know what it was.
That's a perfect
Amazing.
deal.
Mine now.
Yeah.
Does
Alrighty.
it work?
Ah.
It did, yeah.
Ooh.
It came with a bunch of games and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
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 All right. So guys, I think it's time for you to get some dice rolls going.
Oh, no.
And Decider,
Oh.
I failed you as a friend. I realized that I didn't fix your background, so I'll do so at the break because I failed you.
It's fine. I'll just smudge my camera a bit. That should work, right?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Give me dice
Totally.
rolls. Give me dice rolls.
10. I feel confident.
Oh, shit.
Oh no.
Ooh.
That's all right. You're gonna roll
Ooh.
lower. Oh my god.
Roll off, guys.
Tiebreaker.
Tense
Tiebreaker.
moment. Tense
Tiebreaker.
moment, guys. Tense.
Okay, I
Has
rolled a
this ever
10.
Has this ever
Idabrix and
happened
Dave
before?
3.
So Idabrix
right.
and
I think we had one
Davdithas,
tiebreaker before.
I need you guys to do a roll off.
Hooah. 17. Beat that.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Double 17. For those in audio land, they both rolled 3 the first time.
And then
And the
Oh.
tiebreaker, they both roll 17.
oh.
Okay, 17 again.
Another 17.
Oh,
This is a
16.
16.
Oh
Rigged.
man.
My God.
All
And
right.
Dave,
Wow.
you came in second again.
No.
Holy
It
shit.
won't leave me.
Ouch.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Just-
Just couldn't finish.
I just couldn't. I just couldn't.
He tried real hard.
He did try hard.
Oh, I haven't done one of
Came
these.
so far.
I haven't done one of these in a long
In the end,
time.
it doesn't even matter.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Luna.
Hey, quick question. I see a lot of +3s, +1s, rerolls, all that stuff coming in. Are the old ones carrying over between
Yes.
sessions? Because I've been
Yeah.
getting rid of them.
No,
They're carrying
so
over.
you
I do have
get,
a +3 on my notes from Painseeker that I didn't get to use last time. I
So-
can use that this session.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave them up, and when you guys redeem them, we'll accept them at that point, so the points disappear. So
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
so anything on the thing right now is currently active and ready to use. But let's do a recap. So Katie Machen is given a +2 for Gunnar. Candace is given a +2 token for Davdithas from last week for like Donatello. Candace is giving Mihaly an advantage roll for Mihaly for the future. Gardener Girl is giving a +1 token for a single roll to Gunnar. Cawthon is giving me a DM token to give out for disadvantage. Landshark gave a +1 token to Gunnar. We have Lambs to the Slaughter. Lambs to the Slaughter. I need to get in touch with you. I need you to talk to me so we can connect on that item you want created. Katie Machen, give a +3 token for a single roll for Gunnar. Ono the Cops is giving me a +1 roll. Thank you very much, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. As you as well, Cawthon. Candace is giving a +1 token for a single roll to Mihaly. And Painseeker is giving a +3 token for a single roll to Idabrix for all that rolling.
Thank you.
Without further ado, Davdithas, are you ready to give everybody a recap from the week before?
I am, as a matter of fact. So, last week, there was a knock at my chamber door. As I answered it, I was alerted that there had been more trouble in town. So I immediately went around, woke everyone else up. We learned that there had been 2 more murders. And as we went to go investigate the first murder, the townsfolk were mumbling and they were kind of a little skeptical about us. And we had a nice little conversation with them. There was a moment when I almost was going to end up either killed by them or probably in chains. But through the smooth talking of Mihaly, we calmed the crowd and we moved on. They basically think that because of this whole your lordship and thing and the notes left that seem to be pointing towards me, that I have something to do with it. And I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, we investigated the murder. There's a bite mark in the shoulder, big chunks of flesh missing, and your lordship was again carved into the body. Our investigation didn't really lead to any real answers, but suddenly, as we were investigating the murders, Idabrix remembered that we needed the shin bone from a ghast for Heron's hands, and Gunnar volunteered to what's the word? Harvest. Gunnar volunteered to harvest that for us.
I'd say that's fairly accurate.
Yeah, I'd say so. So we went and checked out the second body. The head was completely ripped off, claw marks across the body, and we found a hat in the corner of the room, which had belonged to Amiko's father, which the last known person to hold that hat was Mihaly, and he did it. He's responsible for all the murders, and he's going to hell.
Which hell?
Whichever one you believe in. And if you don't believe in one, he's already in it. So
Maybe you guys already are in hell. That's a good point.
We might be in purgatory at least.
certainly feels like it. Anyway, he was able to smooth talk his way out of that. As far as I know, it actually wasn't him, but who knows? There could be some dealings behind the scene. So we parted ways from there. We went back to the to talk to Father Xanthus because I was getting worried about all of the connections, it seems like to me. I told a little bit of my past story, which if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. And we got Squee. Squee came to the gate. Squee now lives in town. He's going to get a nice new job. I believe it involves trash. And he seems pretty happy about it. So
that's important,
awesome.
Right? That's what's important.
Hey, whatever
One
makes
man's
you
trash,
happy.
another man's treasure.
Indeed.
That's
As
right.
they say in Cape Breton.
So Gunnar is off on the shore on what I'm going to lovingly call Trash Coast, getting ready to harvest the shin bone that we need. He's with some friends, and he's about to create a celebration, if I remember right.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. So that's going to be cool. And the rest of us are in the tavern talking to Father Xanthus when suddenly, boom.
And the story ends. Goodfellas. I mean, what is it called? What's that mafia show style? I forget.
Sopranos.
Sopranos. And the story ends Soprano style. I don't know why we went live tonight. The game's over. So.
Yeah, that's it. Bye.
Just like that.
Just like
we have
that.
to start next season asking who shot JR. I mean, what?
Okay. Shoot you, motherfucker.
I don't know why, but Twitch gave me a fucking train, man.
Yeah,
You
playing
are
that
the
shit up.
hype train conductor.
Yeah, you're part of the
That's
hype.
why.
Choo choo.
He was the conductor? Okay.
All
right.
aboard the train to Hypeville. Let's fucking go.
Before we
Twitch is running a train on you. Oh Jesus. Man, I'm not in the right state of mind for this shit.
Oh, God.
I was like, don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. Oh, too late.
Yeah, too late.
Too late.
Pump the brakes.
Too late. Too late.
Jesus.
So I just like to say, I am gone all next week, and that's why we're doing this episode of the Tabletop Tavern tonight on Thursday night. However, I get back next weekend. We're gonna do Sunday night Tabletop Tavern, and then Monday is the premiere of Neural Nexus Zero, guys.
Rock on.
I am so fucking excited. So
It's gonna be
fucking
awesome.
excited. I'm
Sofa King.
Sofa King.
No, I'm the sofa king.
Oh.
No, you're the conductor.
Oh, right.
Well,
Shoot. Nate says bow fucking time.
Yeah,
I
right?
mean, it takes a while to get things right. So it's coming out as it comes out and it needs to be. So, but we're
There's been
excited.
some redesigns. There's been some work, some tidying up.
Tidying up.
I've seen snippets of it. It's gonna be great.
Yep. So, you guys ready? Chat, you ready? Community, you ready out there? Want to see ones in chat if you guys are ready to get the story going. Nobody wants to get it going. All right, there we go. There's
Nope.
some ones.
Hey. That like 30-second delay
Oh,
really
yeah,
leaves
exactly.
you hanging for a
It's
second.
like,
There's like a
Can I get some hype? Just
2, 3.
fucking crickets.
yeah, all right, I guess I'll log off. I'll shut it off.
Okay,
Mike.
well, we
well,
at least
that
we
reminds
tried.
Dragon Friday night. Fuck it.
Right.
Mike, that reminds me. If you're gonna be in town on Sunday, what do you want to get for dinner?
Wings.
He probably does want wings.
Wangs.
Perfect. I'm gonna go get wings. I'm gonna leave you alone in the hotel.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
I
need a
will.
favor
I know where
from
you
you
live.
guys, though.
I know where you live.
You don't remember.
I'm gonna need a big favor from you guys.
Okay.
When you order that like 50 wing platter again, just send me a picture, please.
You just want to pick?
Just how
Just
about
send me a picture. I'd ask for you to send me wings, but
we'll have
I'll
the
do it.
we'll
Gross by
have
the time they
the
get there.
we'll have the waitress take a picture of us, just our fucking face completely covered
Oh,
with sauce,
please.
beard
That'd
full,
be
our
epic.
hands just like chicken wings sticking out of our mouth. So
Also, for some reason, we won't be wearing shirts. I can't tell you why, but
I'm not gonna care. I just want the wings.
excellent.
all right, guys, you ready?
Let's do it.
You guys ready? Let's do this.
Let's do it.
How does this go again?
Ye-
How do we do this again?
You want me to do it?
Oh, and last we left off.
When last we left off.
You got to get that practice in.
Very nice. That was good.
Yeah, you got to get
When
that practice.
last we left off.
Yeah,
I'm
you got-
practicing it.
He's
Okay.
been
I'm gonna be-
practicing it.
Give
Yeah.
me, give me
Yeah,
two
I'm gonna be
more.
doing it
Give
soon.
me two more real quick.
Previously on General Hospital.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over.
Previously on Dawson's Creek.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, ready? I want to play some game tonight. And when last we left off, half of our party was in the or 2/3 of our party was in the inn, and a door banged open with a slam. Oh, a familiar voice comes from outside, and as the door throws open, a foppish gentleman walks into the inn. It's somebody that you guys have clearly you've had interactions in the past, and you recognize him as Aldern, the noble that went does import outport it.
We went boar hunting with him.
Yes, you did, ma'am. Yes, you did.
Oh, I remember this
Oh,
guy.
friends, I'm so happy I found you. Wait. Where's the big guy? I want to talk to him. He was gonna teach me to make. He was gonna teach me
he
to be
died.
a warrior.
Ooh. Succumb to a boar wound, I'm unfortunate. Ooh.
He
That's
died?
probably going to be a bluff check.
He died.
No, that's a real bad sense of humor, my friend. How have you been?
Oh, I've been good. I've been in Magnamar making money. Selling things, buying, selling things. I've been training to be a warrior. I was. I look at my muscles. Look at them. Look at how big they've gotten. And as you
You're
look,
swole, dude.
I'd like to roll perception to see how swell he is.
Okay.
Can
me
I
a
get a
perception.
percentage of swole, please?
Okay.
Just for my notes.
All right. I'm gonna.
He's like, I'm gonna kill you all, and then
Give me a perception. See how swole he is.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That is 4 plus 13 for 17.
Oh my god.
He
Even your bad
is.
rolls are good rolls.
Yep.
He is 56% more swole than he was the last time you saw him.
Shit.
Dude, it hasn't even been that long. How did you
Jesus.
What's your secret, dude?
holy
Ah,
Thick with 4 C's.
I've been fighting rats in the alley. No, I'm just kidding.
I've done some rat fighting. I know what you mean.
his are
I
in the
heard about
basement.
your rat fighting. I heard about you.
Mm.
Miko, how you doing? How's everybody? You know what? A round for everybody on Davdithas.
I don't have the coin for that.
You heard the man.
Wait, I still drink for free, right?
Oh God.
Amico looks over at you. Do you?
No.
Do you?
I don't drink. There we go. That's the right answer. I'll take a round anyway.
So you're just gonna Davdithas, are we just gonna smell it today?
Yeah, I just love the aroma, and I think it tastes good.
So Aldern Foxglove is he's a nobleman. He's wearing a long petticoats and he has long black hair with a white stuffy shirt under it. He's got a nice elegant little cane with him and he's in a joyous mood. He does look a little bigger than last time you guys saw him. You think, maybe he was telling a little bit of the truth. Now, what you remember of Aldern, he kind of embellishes just a little bit to make himself a little bit better than he has. So you don't know. Maybe he has some extra clothing on, but he does look a little bigger than he did previously.
Okay.
So Aldern walks over to the table, sits down, and claps Davdithas on the back as I'd really like to see that Gunnar. What's he up to? I'm so excited to show him the progress I've made. So look at this. So as he's sitting there, he takes the top of his cane and he whips it out, and there's a blade comes out. He's got a cane sword, and he's like, "Look at this thing. This thing's awesome. I bought this in Magnamar, and I'm gonna stab people with it. I need to know how to."
Whoa, buddy.
I need to learn how to stab people with this. And
buddy,
he's
put
whipping
it down.
whipping it around all around your heads, and he's like,
Aldern?
yeah.
Now's not the time to go around talking about stabbing people.
What?
I don't know if you've heard the local news.
I just got into town and I came here. I wanted to find my friend Gunnar.
Yeah, well, we'll cover all that. Put the blade away. That's cool, but put it away.
All right. Watch this. I've got this nifty little technique. Okay, ready?
Oh God, it's gonna go straight through his thigh.
I cover my eyes and look away.
So he kind of let's do this. So he kind of twirls it around in his hand and like whips it around his hand like a baton, and then goes to slide it in the scabbard. And Davdithas, give me a high or low.
Is this involving me?
Give me a high or low, sir, please.
Good
High?
luck, buddy.
Oh God.
So it successfully, you guys are utterly amazed that he's able to do it, but it goes right back into the cane, and he looks at you super impressed.
I look at him super impressed.
I uncover my eyes, expecting to see a bloody mess.
Everybody give me a sense motive, please.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Sense motif. I would like to sense his motif. I rolled a 20 plus 8 for 28.
14 for me.
That is a 15 for me.
Okay. For anybody that rolled higher than a 10, so all of you guys think he's pretty impressed with himself. He didn't think he was going to be able to manage it. So,
wow. Okay.
So he's kind of looking at you, like looking down at the cane, and he's like, "Ha! See, I told you." And
I give him a little clap.
he stands up very briefly and bows, and takes a bow, sits back down. So yeah, so you mentioned stuff. I just got here. I haven't even been up to the manor yet. What's been going on?
Well, for one, I'd like to say it's great to see you with such skill, stature, and confidence.
Yeah.
So, you're doing great for yourself. I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Secondly, you're welcome. Secondly, there's been some murders around town.
Wait, murders?
Yeah. Like 4.
Yeah, that's the total. 4.
4. Who died?
Yeah.
Is anybody important? Well, it wasn't me, so I mean.
Did you know Vin over at the was he blacksmith shop?
Van Vinder?
Yeah.
He didn't die.
He didn't.
No, but one of his daughters.
Oh. Was it the one that was, kind of sneaking around?
No, but come to think of it, she's gone missing.
I think they were both sneaking around. One of them.
Oh, that's true.
One of them was quite smitten with me. After
Which one?
After she asked me to come down and inspect her basement for rats. So She was quite smitten with me.
Well,
Have you ever heard the term Eskimo brother?
No, I'm not familiar with that term, Davdithas.
Neither have I. I've never heard of it.
Oh.
But
Oh.
anyway,
Oh my god.
Okay.
that's interesting.
So the other
Yeah.
sister, I thought she was kind of messing around with somebody up at the sawmill.
She was, and unfortunately, they both were victims.
That's bad business. That's bad business. You guys want to go on a boar hunt?
Not at the last I remember, we went on a boar hunt. There was someone who got seriously injured.
Hmm.
Who?
I think it was Gunnar, actually.
Yeah, where is my friend Gunnar?
That's the next thing I'm going to get to.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So wait, did you knew about their little scandalous affair, huh?
Everybody in this town knows. It's been going for a long time.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, Gunnar is off on the coast, northwest part of town. He is just, doing Gunnar things, harvesting a shin bone from a murder victim.
Wait.
Anyway,
Harvesting what are you talking about? Why would you
Yeah,
harvest
so
a
there he
shin
is.
bone?
yeah, like I said, normal things. Gunnar
Is that
things.
something I should study?
Yeah,
if I'm
still
gonna,
have-
absolutely.
if I'm going to be
actually.
a great warrior, is that something I should study?
I
Honestly-
mean, I can't believe you're not there right now. You're probably missing the bulk of the action.
Would you guys?
I think he'd really appreciate having you
would
there.
you guys be offended if I ran up there?
No.
You should go.
Okay.
You should go
In fact,
now.
take this piece of paper for notes. I reach into my bag and slide across a piece of paper.
I think you guys are right. I think you guys are right.
I lean
Amico.
over to him and say, I'm just going to give you a little tip. It will really impress Gunnar if you correctly identify it as a femur.
Mm,
Give a little thumbs up.
mm. He looks at you shrewdly, Mihaly, and thank you.
I give him a little wink.
All right. Amico, my manservant's outside with my bags. I'll have him bring them in. Can I
Manservant.
can you put him up here? He's kind of shifty and I don't want him up at the manor. So I would appreciate if we could get I'll pay in
Dude.
advance. A long sigh comes from the bar. Yeah, Aldern, I guess we can do that. All right, so with that, we're gonna shift over to Gunnar, and after a couple minutes, Gunnar, you're sitting there, and you give me a perception, please.
That'd be a total of a 19 rolled.
From a long distance off, very faintly, you hear a voice that you recognize. It's Gunnar! 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 Hey, have you seen Gunnar? Where's Gunnar? Hey, you, how about you? You know who Gunnar is. Come on. Where have you guys seen him? And this noise gets closer and closer. And as the voice gets closer and closer, the familiar face of Aldern, locks eyes with you as he comes into the area up in the northwest part of town, over by the ruins, and he sees you and he throws his hands wide, Gunnar, and he's like, "Friend, what is going on?"
I stare in momentary disbelief before standing up and extending my arms to the old nobleman, giving him a careful hug. Good to see you. Where have you been? How are things?
Oh, things are good. I've been studying. Look how big I am. And he farts. Must have stepped on a duck over there or something, and he looks at you, Gunnar. I've been practicing. Look what I got, and he whips his sword out of whips the blade out of it, and it goes narrowly over your head, and he waves it in front of your face, and he's like, look what I got. I got a sword now.
I see this. It's a very nice weapon. May I see it?
Got to be careful, Gunnar. I know you got the strong muscles. Here, and he hands it over to you.
Weaponsmithing roll, just to see what kind of quality, how nice this thing is.
Sure.
If maybe I ask him how much he paid for it too. You know, how much coin did they charge you for this?
Oh, Gunnar, you know coin is nothing to me. I paid 800 gold for that.
Natural 20 plus 8.
You think this is a low end blade? This is something. The easiest way to describe this would be like Mall Ninja.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
So, it is sharp. It is sharp though.
Gunnar lowers his eyes as he looks over the blade, and he flexes the hilt and the blade a little bit in my hands, and I look back up at him. I'm going to do you a favor.
Whoa. Are we gonna go train right now?
The man who sold you this coin shysted you.
What do you mean?
When you make a blade with a full hilt, the tang and the ring and the handle are pressed firm, or they're one piece. When this was put together, it was made with multiple pieces of steel and it wasn't pressed right. So it'll fall apart after continued use. It's not battle ready.
But I stabbed so many rats with it.
I'm sure, but that's not a man.
What about that guy right there? What's going on with him?
These two men were murdered by undead creatures. We're harvesting bones from them, and then we're burning them on a funeral pyre and celebrating their life.
Look,
Tonight.
can I see it for a second?
I hand the cane back to him.
So he's like, look, it's sharp, and he starts poking the dead body. He's poking it. Look, it's going in, and as he's doing that, it clearly hits a bone, and it just kind of snaps. Now, when you look down at the body, there's a piece of metal, like half length of the blade, that it's kind of snapped off in the middle. So now there's a broken off piece of the sword in the guy's chest that's kind of just poking out. Huh. That doesn't seem like that's supposed to do it like that. Is that
No.
right, Gunnar?
No.
Hmm.
This is what I was telling you about. This is a cheaply made weapon.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to find somebody in town to make me one. Maybe I can have you double check and see if you can, we can find somebody trustworthy, because I mean, it's only gold. I got so much of it. But nobody makes a fool of Aldern Foxglove.
Do you really want a tool, a weapon to protect yourself, and a tool that you can use every day?
I want this. I want like this right here.
You want a cane sword? You're settled on this?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not all as big as you, Gunnar. This is the weapon of a noble. This is I can take this and I can bring it to court, and if somebody tries to assassinate me, I can whip it out in a flash and stab him right through the tongue and the back of the throat.
Okay. I'll tell you what, there's a smith that I work with in town that makes armor and weapons. After the celebration tonight, tomorrow when we wake up, I'll take you to go see him, and we'll have one custom fashion for you.
What kind of celebration are we having?
We're celebrating these men's lives.
But they're dead.
Indeed. In my culture, when a warrior or a man dies, especially when he's lived a good life, we celebrate his life. We remember him. We bring morale to the city. We bring morale to the people. We remember the good, whether they be commoner or nobleman.
All right. Well, Gunnar, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go up to Foxglove Manor, and I'm going to collect my thoughts. And what time is this celebration?
Just after nightfall.
Okay.
You'll be there?
I will be there.
It'll be good to see you.
I'll be there.
And I'll be there. Yes, I will.
You got a
Little
friend.
friend.
I was also going, just call my name. I'll be there.
I just straight give
I'll
up.
be there.
Rock. I haven't said it. I haven't said it in months, but out of the sky, these giant rocks, they just appear and they fall.
I'm assuming they're How I Nerd branded
Yes,
as they
they
fall
are.
on us.
They
Okay.
They've got to be.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. With that, he does a flourish and a bow, and he looks at you and he gives you a little salute and moseys off. Do 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 do. We're gonna have a celebration tonight.
Celebrate.
Come on. Should I sing it,
do,
Davdithas? Should I sing it?
do.
No, please don't.
No.
Anyone else but you.
Okay. So you see him depart, and he walks off, appearing to, walk off to the other side of the town.
I watch him wander off, and I return facing the body. Fixing my leather glove, I grab the sword from the body and pull it free,
Okay.
and I toss the blade off to the side.
Okay. And then what are you going to be doing?
Waiting for them to turn.
Okay. We're gonna pop back over to the inn, and we're gonna check in on our friends, Davdithas, Mihaly, and Idabrix.
21 bottles of beer on the wall. 21 bottles of beer. Is what I would be singing if I drank anymore, but I'm.
But you
clean now,
didn't, and I'm very
so
proud of you.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you, I
very proud of
appreciate
you.
that.
Good
Yeah.
job.
But
Thank
great
you.
rendition of previous Davdithas.
I know, I
Hmm.
do it so well.
Amico
Really,
comes over.
really do. You've
Look,
nailed it.
It's uncanny, Davdithas. How good you can play Davdithas.
It's strange, isn't it? I've been practicing it for years.
I mean, it's like I'm practically looking at the same person.
Right?
I just, yeah.
Um,
Is manservant still in the room?
He's kind of sitting over in the common room. Pretty much as far away from anybody as he can get right now.
Like eyesight? Like, can I becken him from here?
You could probably grab.
I don't know his
attention.
name, but
Yeah, you could probably grab his attention.
Call
and
him.
walk
Call him manservant. It's fine.
My intention is to invite him over the table, so I'm just gonna shout like, "Hey, what Aldern's guy? Come on over for a drink, dude."
So he kind of picks his head up and looks over, and he's like, looking at you questioningly. Like, why would you invite me over?
Like, the difference between Aldern and us is we respect you. Free drinks and food. Come on over.
Okay, he had me a free drinks and food.
Gotcha.
So he gets up over and comes over and he introduces himself. My name's Andrew. Who I'm guessing I've heard the exploits of people, some heroes in town, and I'm guessing I don't see a big guy here, but I mean he was doing a pretty good impression of a drunk, and these two little ones over here, she looks sneaky. I think Davdithas, Idabrix, and Mihaly, right?
Hey, our reputation
Guards.
precedes us.
So the way I heard it, and he's like, "Do you mind if I sit down?"
Grab a
Please.
seat. I kick out a chair.
Okay. So the way I heard it is Aldern was so thankful that you guys saved him that he decided to take you on a boar hunt, right?
Yep, that happened.
All right.
Sounds accurate.
I'm
So,
surprised he didn't tell you that he saved all of us.
That comes. So I heard during the boar hunt that the boar charged, and he told me he selflessly jumped in front of the boar and stabbed it with a dagger and killed it.
Was that before or after it lodged its horn in Gunnar's side and disemboweled him a little bit? I don't remember, guys. Do you?
Yeah. I don't remember. I
I don't
don't
remember that.
at all, actually.
Oh, I remember the gunner getting gored.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
no, that I
Oh,
remember.
yeah, he definitely got gored. Yeah, that was
Wait, didn't
wild.
he kind of like run and hide?
Yeah, well, now that you mention it, I don't really recall him being in that I want to say encounter, if you will.
Confrontation.
Confrontation. Thank you.
So-
Davdithas, you're so eloquently spoken when you're not loaded.
I have read a book in the past.
Good
Just
man.
one.
Yes.
That's all
so
that it
I'm
takes.
gonna be honest with you guys. I got a family back home. I gotta make money. It comes on a little thick from him. I think we all know that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Little
How'd
bit.
you meet him?
much? I mean, how much is he paying you?
He pays
He
good.
seems to be made of money. Like you doing okay with him?
Yeah, he pays me pretty good. He's not that smart, so I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. He's smart
No,
in
no.
some things, and I think maybe he's just a little naive in other things. He's really good at business. He's really good at making money, turning money into other money. But he also, he paid like 800 gold for that sword. Something like 800 or 1,000 gold. It was, that's
Whew.
probably more gold than I'll see in 10 years, 20 years, maybe,
And
A fool and his money shall soon part. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what
Maybe you
you're saying.
should get in on that action.
I mean, he pays me well,
Well, yeah, it sounds like he can maybe offer you more than we can, but I was about to offer you a little bit of work with us.
What kind of work?
Well, we're constantly adventuring around. It'd be great to have someone to manage our gear, run things around back and forth to town,
Well, it'd be
maybe
kinda,
sell our things and find a good price. It sounds like that's already what you're doing with him.
yeah, but I'm kind of tied to him. If he goes back to Magnamar, I mean, that's where the money is. Sorry, we had a door slam. So that's, I mean, if it doesn't conflict with what, me leaving the area, I mean, I don't mind helping out. I could do some,
At least maybe while you're in town.
yeah, like I said,
Okay.
as long as it doesn't interfere.
So, what happens to bring him back into town here?
I don't know. I mean, he has a house here. He has the manor here. He has the house in Magnamar. He likes to travel back and forth. I mean, part of his thing is, finding things cheap here and selling them over here, and
Quite the entrepreneur.
you just import, export, that type of thing.
Does he always bring things back to the city?
Like back to Magnamar.
Yeah, is that where you sell most of your goods?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if like, let's just say we'll use like spreaded mead, like as an example. So spreaded mead is rare out here, but it's not, it's a little more common outside of Magnamar. So he'll buy it, for a gold here, and he'll sell it to Amiko for 3 gold here, and she'll sell it to you guys for 5 gold. That's, I mean, fairly hypothetical there, but so.
Oh,
But I think Amiko did get the spreaded mead from Aldern.
Man, that stuff's good too.
It is good.
it is. It is very good.
Have you guys ever drank too much of it?
No. No,
Never
never.
have I
Not
ever.
once. No, not at all.
I saw
Yeah.
it almost kill a guy.
So did we. It was weird.
Yeah, that you gotta relax when you're drinking that stuff. So, But-
Oh, I was. I mean, someone was relaxed.
Amiko, does
Yes.
Amiko have any left? Miko. So Miko's not around, but Bathana comes out and says, "Can I help you, sir?" And he goes, "Do you have any of that spreaded mead that Aldern sold to Miko?" I was like, "Yeah, I think we got some." And then she just kind of gives Davdithas a dirty look at this point, and and so he
Define
goes,
dirty look.
just like a side
Like, ooh,
sideward
dirty.
That's what
I
I'm
don't
wondering.
think that's the look.
No,
Like
like a sideways like stink eye kind of look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's no
um,
fun.
So
She's thirsty, but not that kind of thirsty.
right.
Gotcha. All right.
I'll bring you out some, but he's not allowed to have any. Oh, Davdithas, what did you do? Oh, I get it now. I get it. You drank too much. Okay. But
Me?
did you? But
Yes.
But did you die?
Did I?
Um,
And I kind of look off into nowhere.
I mean, maybe for a minute. I don't know. It was
Oh my god, did I
Go there.
die?
I think you did.
It was touch and go for a little while, yeah.
Are you dead right now? Are you a ghost? Here, hold on. Hold on. Stay very still, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna punch, and if it goes through you, you're a ghost.
I love this idea.
That is actually logical. I accept.
I want nothing to do with this.
And if he floats, he's a witch.
He's a witch.
Burn it.
So
Okay.
he just punches you in the arm real quick, and you're like, ah, god damn it. I mean, he's a strong dude, you know?
I must be alive.
Okay.
I feel pain. I am alive.
If I feel like that's logical.
Davdithas is alive.
Okay.
It's like we went short circuit. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Number 5.
Johnny 5 is alive.
Wait a minute. What if that arm is alive, but your other arm is a ghost?
Wait, I have a new theory. If I punch you and I'm a ghost, I shouldn't be able to do any harm to you.
I love this theory.
I am leaving. I'm like getting up and just walking away from the table at this point. I'm like, I'm gonna go sit back at the table where he was before.
So the door opens up, and Sheriff Hemlock comes in, and he spots you guys all over there, and he walks.
Does he spot me winding back with
Yes.
a punch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Excellent.
I like it.
He looks at Davdithas, and he's like, "What are you doing, Davdithas?"
And I come in slowly and I go fist bump.
He just kind of looks down at his. What? I don't. What are you doing? I don't understand.
So we call these parts right here on the top of the hand the knucks. So you're gonna take your knucks, connect them to my knucks. We're gonna fist bump. Boom.
That's
Nuts.
knuck and futz.
That's right.
I don't understand this. So, have you guys talked to Gunnar?
Talk to him? I
Yeah.
mean, not since he went to go collect.
I heard something about some kind of festival or some kind of something going on that he's arranging.
Interesting. First time hearing about it.
I mean, this is pretty common for him.
Festivals?
A celebration of somebody's death. Well, their life after they die.
I remember many naked baths.
He's talked about this before, you guys.
I might have been drunk. There's a good chance.
Yeah, I don't
was
know. I
drunk.
don't remember it.
Probably were.
Yeah,
It might have just been to me too. I mean, I don't know.
it's a possibility. But hey, that sounds awesome.
I why don't we take a stroll up and see him? He's still guarding. He's probably still guarding the body, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's been, and I like look for a sundial somewhere nearby.
Wrist sundial inside.
He's
Yeah.
like by the angle of the shadow off the chair, hitting
Yeah.
that plate, reflecting back onto Andrew's face. I can tell that it's
Oh my god,
not dark
it's-
outside yet.
no time has passed according to this sundial inside. We're in a
You
time
must
paradox.
be dead.
Oh my lord.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Let's take a spin up there. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah,
might
sure.
as well.
Okay. So you guys take your time up there. Andrew says, "Hey, I'm gonna enjoy my drink here and get some food and maybe I don't know if this is a celebration. Maybe if he cuts me loose, I can come over and check it out." So
Yeah.
nice meeting y'all. Have fun.
Nice to meet you too, Drew.
We'll see you around. Look for hats for me in town, would you?
Hats.
Yep. Any hats you find in Magnamar, I want to buy them.
Like every
You can get your own little side business going
like
with
every
me.
single hat in Magnamar you want to buy?
No. Just real fancy ones that I can make a good profit on, and
Yeah.
I'll split the profit with you.
Do you have an example of what kind of fancy hats? Do you know what's selling right now?
No.
Okay.
Basically, the only demand for fancy hats is, well, currently me, but I really believe in them. Great products.
I see a future.
Miko, how about that? How about that food, please?
Okay, see you later.
You guys mosey over. Gunnar, you hear the noise of your friends approaching, and with Sheriff, and you see them arrive with Sheriff Hemlock.
By this time, is it alright if I start making the 2 funeral pyres by the time they start heading over?
Yeah, where are you gonna get the resources?
Gonna ask one of the guards where there's supply of wood that we can use.
We don't have any like just wood laying around, but I'm sure you could buy some from somebody in town.
Do you think you can be responsible for that? If I give you coin and a little extra for the job?
Do you think you can? Oh, you just said you give me coin. Yeah, I can do that.
Do you think you can afford wood?
He already gave him platinum, and they're like hitting him up for 10 cents per log or something.
Yeah.
I give him 4 gold pieces.
Okay, so you want to build a house worth of wood up here?
No, the rest is a tip for you.
Oh. I'll get right on that, Gunnar. I'll get it right on it. So he nods to Sheriff Hemlock, and he, the rest of the party, and he runs off. And you hear him mumble as he goes. I'm gonna need to get it. I'm gonna have to go get Jed and get a cart and get. And he just kind of trails off as he runs off.
Quick question out of character. Is 4 gold literally enough to build a
Yes.
house worth of wood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, why have we not built our own fucking log hut in town? Or like, can we make Squeed like a mansion fit for a king over time?
Yes.
I mean, in
Can we have,
theory.
like, Squeed needs a bigger house than Aldern, just to bruise his ego.
I don't think you realize with the money that we have, we could
I have no concept of what money means.
We could probably build a small fort with the money that we have.
Okay, brilliant.
So why have
I'm
we
sorry.
not built a fort around the town?
I'm a little confused on the economics, actually, because I think we just discussed earlier how a sprited meat is 5 gold, but we can also buy a house for the same amount.
Man, that is some expensive liquor.
And if you
They must be
remember,
talking about a whole shipment, but
I don't know if I can make you do an intelligence check out of character, but if you remember right, I was saying theoretically. I literally said theoretically like a couple times.
You did.
Yeah.
Theoretically, man, we're talking large amounts of sprited meat.
Yeah, theoretically. So
Okay.
it was an example. So back in character.
we can build our own bar where Davdithas will get served.
So Sheriff Hal looks at all of you guys and goes, "Hell,
I love it.
you guys got enough money to build a small fort. Have you guys ever built a fort before?" Maybe
No.
that's why you haven't. But we do have wonderful artisan towns that you could probably convince to build you something. But I mean, why would you?
I've built one out of wood before.
Why would you guys? You have free room and board at the best inn in town. You have amazing company down there, and Davdithas has only got you almost kicked out. You haven't been. Oh, you guys actually did get kicked out that one time, right?
There was that one time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, we totally
you-
get kicked out just once though.
But you're
Yeah.
allowed back, right?
We are.
Yeah, for now.
I mean, it's up to you. Just, do what you want, but I think that's a pretty sweet deal. Anyways, so what's going on, Gunnar? What's going on with this celebration? What are we doing here?
Well, we've heard and we've talked and we've discussed things, and we know how the town is feeling right now after everything that it's gone through. And it's been one thing after another, bringing down town morale. And even Mighty Warrior needs a break to recharge and to regain his spirits, to bring up the morale of his kinsmen. So we've had 2 good men die, and countless others. So tonight, we celebrate the fallen. Tonight, we send these 2 across the way, and we drink, and we eat, and we sing, and we dance, and we play music. And I've already paid for the feast and sent money off to garner preparations.
How many people are invited?
The town.
Where are we gonna hold this?
I'm setting up the funeral pyres here.
I mean, look at the peninsula. It's not, it's not that big. I don't know. So let me go talk to the mayor, and we'll see if we can organize this, a little better. You know what I mean? If the whole town's gonna come out, that's kind of a big deal. So, give me a couple minutes and we'll I'm gonna run up to the town hall. We'll talk to Mayor Devon, and we'll see if we can make this happen. So we just you guys know what's going on in the city, and then we want to make sure everybody is covered. So I'll be back in about give me like an hour, and I'll be back.
If that's what you wish.
So he runs off, and he you see him heading towards town hall, and I'm gonna leave it to you guys.
I stand up from my seated position, and I turn to look at the other four.
Okay.
3. He broke his sword off in the body.
Oh, that cane thing?
Yes.
Man, that was weird, right? Have you ever seen one of those?
I have,
Really?
but not that poorly made.
Oh, it was bad, was it?
It was horrible.
I couldn't tell with how he was swinging it over his head and doing all these crazy flourishes. We thought he might scalp one of us.
He almost cut me. I would have had to tear his head off.
Yeah, we were a little concerned. Yeah.
Dude, do you remember when he totally jumped in and selflessly saved your life, Gunnar? You know the boars? You remember he was totally the hero of the day then, right?
He totally was.
That's the word.
That's what he's telling everyone.
The guards that are still remaining there.
He's quite the character, isn't he? I mean, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but perhaps his ego is a bit more important than the truth, we'll say.
The humble warrior doesn't seek glory. He knows his own deeds. And the Valkyries will sing them from the heavens when the days come.
And what of Aldern?
Oh, God.
Not all are meant to sit in the halls of Valhalla. Some aimlessly walk the fields. Anyway, they haven't changed yet. I'm still waiting.
Yeah, I still see 2 corpses with legs, so
Mm-hmm.
no go yet?
They have to turn before I take the leg.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're sure they're going to turn, right?
Of course.
Hey,
How long does that usually take? Does anybody know?
Hours after the bite, from what we discussed with Father Xanthus, it should be tonight.
If we have a festival
Tonight?
and everyone's here...
Yes.
I mean, you're pulling a huge crowd to do that in front of, right?
I take the leg, then we burn the bodies, then we start the festival.
Okay, that makes
All right, cool,
little
man.
more sense.
Do you think people will be a little weirded out by the fact that we have dead townsfolk tied up here and having a party?
They're not going to see them tied up.
Okay.
Follow me here, Davdithas.
All right.
Cut the leg, then I put them on the pyre, then the people gather.
Right.
We burn them
okay.
and remember the people that the city lost.
Okay.
Then we go drink and we eat and we be merry.
Fair enough. I'm ready.
I mean, it's better than what I had in mind. That's for sure.
They talk and they whisper of me being the dumb oaf, the big Northman. Why do I not feel this is always the case?
Maybe it's maybe they're right. I'm sorry, I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't know, Gunnar.
Mihaly, it's been great knowing you. That's all.
Yeah, so I'll be walking off this cliff now.
See ya. Have a good one. I hope you know feather fall or something.
Yes. Oh, I don't.
Oh, good.
Hey, remember when I threw Davdithas?
I remember when you threw me high.
Yes, so do I.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we can hit Squeeze House from here.
So what are you guys doing? What are you guys gonna do to pass the time until everybody gets back?
Does anyone have a deck of cards?
I reach in my bag. Please tell me I have a deck of cards. Is that okay?
No.
How about
From
if
my backstory, I may in fact have a deck of cards,
No.
but that's okay.
You know, I told Idabrix a story once, and we fought shoulder to shoulder, arm in arm, and faced insurmountable odds and evils. And mayhaps it's time for me to share this story with you two as well. I glance over at the other guards that are standing there. Are they within earshot? Can they hear me, Mike?
If you're gonna try and hide your voice, you're gonna have to give me like a sleight of hand.
No, he's not.
Okay.
Gunnar gathers up some twigs and sticks and rocks and makes a small fire. Looks back up at you all, beckons the guards over.
Guards walk over, both of them.
Mike, do you want me to retell the whole story, or do you want me to just...
You do what your character would do.
Okay. There were once two brothers from the north.
I fall asleep.
You're such an asshole.
Fuck, man.
Mother.
The guard
Can I
looked
get a
at
sleep check?
the guard looks over at. Yeah, he cursed. Did you guys wait? He looks over at Idabrix and Mihaly. Did you guys let him drink? Like even us as guards know that he's not supposed to drink. Did you guys let Davdithas drink?
I don't let him do anything. I want to make that real clear right now.
Davdithas, you hear all this, so.
Yeah, I'm trying to like stay asleep, but I just can't ignore all this chatter.
Okay.
Just like, shut it. Just trying to sleep. What time of day is it, by the way?
So you guys are approaching dusk. You guys have had a long day so far, and you are approaching dusk.
Okay. All right, look, I'm just trying to get a little cozy, but you can go ahead and tell your story. I'm just gonna kind of soften up this lump of dirt for my head.
So there were two princes of the north, and a mighty king that ruled over the northlands that kept the peace. And every spring they raided, and they brought home riches and goods and peoples. Until one spring, when it would be that the king was too old to raid anymore, and he grew sick. But instead of a normal passing, the king was found murdered. And the folk of the land believed it to be Proud Brother, the warrior brother, that slain his father as he slept in his own bed. The second brother, smaller, wily, and cunning, convinced the kingdom, convinced the guard, convinced the family that the older, larger brother had done this to accelerate his possession of the throne, so that the next raid would be conducted by him, and there would be no off-season. There would be no time off. It didn't take long before they found the older brother, and they beat him, and they dragged him, and they cursed him, and they spit on him, and they branded him, and they sent him underneath into the dungeons of the keep. And then something magical happened. The walls illuminated, and the voices of something, of someone spoke to him. His body glowed with a holy light, a holy aura, and his arms and beaten and broken body were lifted high into the sky until he found himself on the shore And this is where I'll met you.
So you met us at the end of telling a story.
Davdithas, where are you in relation to me?
About 3 feet higher.
Holy fuck!
Jesus.
Gunnar, can you pick me up for a second?
I'll let
Easily lift Idabrix up.
Smack him upside the head.
Davdithas, you allow this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna fight her, so yeah, I allow it.
Okay. So you take. I'm gonna say you take 1 point of non-lethal damage.
That's a pretty vicious slap.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Well deserved.
well deserved.
She slapped you right in the pride.
Oh, what?
The Valkyries, they spoke to me, and they marked me with all these black markings of stories, of tales, of things that I've done in the past. And they told me that when Odin's ravens found me, not once, not twice, but 3 times, that I would return home to claim my throne and ownership of the Northlands.
How many times have they found you?
Once so far.
Interesting.
The seer, the one that we gave the mushrooms to, she's spoken of this already. She's seen what I've seen and known, and things that I haven't known. Not yet come to pass.
Which reminds me, we're supposed to reconvene with her
Today,
soon?
yes.
Tonight?
Today, yes.
Okay.
While I wait here to harvest the bones, does one of you want to go visit her?
I wouldn't mind seeing her. She's quite a character.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could get a free high, right?
Free, yeah.
I'll stay here with Gunnar.
My
Okay,
head
so
hurts.
just to recap, we're supposed to ask her to speak to the dead, right? I mean, you seem to
Yes.
understand how that works, Gunnar. Maybe you want to give us instructions.
She knows how to do it. You were supposed to find out the story of the dead, why they did what they did and what happened.
Okay. Anything particular you want us to find out while we're there? I mean, besides the obvious stuff.
The head belonged to the murderers, correct?
Murdered.
No. The head we gave her belonged to the murderers. They looked like Father Xanthus.
Oh, is that the one we got? I've
Yes.
seen so many heads lately.
And we want to know
Man, everywhere I look, head there, head there.
Seriously.
and we
like,
want to know why they did it and who they worked for.
Right, that's the head.
Who they were
Got
getting
it.
orders from.
Here a head, there a head, everywhere a head.
Good
Yeah.
God, the both of you get on the road before I pitch you off the cliff.
Okay, so,
Yeah, let's go.
hey, yep,
Ah,
Got any cool hats
Madam
I can wear?
Mavashti, away.
Whoosh.
So you guys make your way over to Madame Mavashti's shop. You know the way at this point. It's down in the little southwest part of town. You've been there a couple times. You've been by in your travels throughout Sandpoint. So you make your way over to the door.
I believe we both knock.
As is tradition, of course.
It is the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
Is there a response to our knock?
Not yet.
I knock again.
What? Who is it?
It's Davdithas and Mihaly.
Oh,
Heyo.
Davdithas, you brought the idiot.
I brought
No,
them-
no,
she
I'm
probably-
Mihaly. I brought the idiot. No,
You got whatever.
wait, does that make me the idiot?
Come in.
I'm kind of self-conscious, man. Does that?
I don't know. Which one of us is the idiot?
oh, God.
Okay,
Rock, paper,
never
scissors?
mind.
Rochambeau you
Yeah.
for it?
Yeah, Rochambeau for sure.
Okay, excellent.
Okay. We'll deal with that later. I open the
Oh,
door
yeah.
and walk in.
Okay.
What do we see?
Madame
It's kind of
Mavashki-
like the same shop. Like,
yeah, the shop hasn't changed. It's still, there is, like this things that make you think that might be mystical. Both of you are inclined towards the, the arcane in the divine arts. Well, there's
Can you
items.
describe the smell?
It's musty. It's very musty
God.
in here.
a scale of 1 to 10 on how pungent it is.
Well,
PAX. It smells like PAX.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
I take it that's a thing.
It
What's-
can be a thing. So,
Okay, gotcha.
So, Mike, you're saying what's in there are things that make you go,
I'm logging off. I'm going home.
He looks disappointed.
I'm so disappointed. Oh man. So yeah, you look around the shop. There's, there's that room that goes back when you guys had your fortune told last time. There is the counter, and out in the front room, there's pots and cauldrons all over the place, and it has a musty odor, but there's also this smell of incense that permeates throughout the house, and like some other underlying cloying scent. So
This might be a dumb question, but is she there? Like
she
in
is
the front row?
She is in fact standing by the door that goes to the back room through the curtains.
Okay, but she's visible.
She is visible. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure she wasn't like yelling from the back or anything. But Madam, it's good to see you again.
Friends, what do you do? What's going on? Oh, yes. We had we had business, didn't we?
Yeah, we heard you had a way for us to get ahead on our investigation.
He's clever. Clever.
I don't get it.
You see what I did there was,
Yeah.
because we gave her a head.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
worked that into my speech.
Well, I mean, I guess, but it's not.
Double meaning.
It's not your best material, is it?
Not really, especially
You've
given
done
the
better.
gross nature of it. It's just-
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah, I probably could have done better.
Okay.
Are
yeah.
you idiots done?
Are we done?
Yes.
Should we Rochambeau for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my tea waiting back there. I
Oh, the
why
tea.
do I put up with this? Why? I have this, I've been alive for hundreds of years, and I have to put up with this? This is the kind of shit I'm reduced to now.
I turn back to Mihaly. Why does she put up with this? Do you think
Hundreds
there's
of
a good reason
years?
for it? Hundreds of years. It's a long time.
It's crazy.
Do you think it's the tea?
Must be the tea.
We need the tea.
The tea of immortality.
Immortality. Madam Avashti, we would like your immortality.
I really wanted to hold it together. I'm sorry. I really wanted to hold it together. Okay.
I tried.
Oh
my God,
We're
I-
fine. Everything's
We're all
fine.
done. That's it. We're just
I
done.
tried. Okay.
I
All
snorted.
right. In character. Okay.
Okay. Right back to it. Okay. No problems.
Oh, you idiots. Go back there. Go back there and sit down, the both of you.
Very well.
Oh.
Lead the way.
Yeah, I follow
You know the
her
way.
and
Don't.
grab a
I'm just
seat.
gonna take me a couple minutes to get back there. My old bones.
All right. I'll lead the way.
All right.
I follow you back.
Excellent.
As you guys go through the curtains, they fall back into place, and the room is dark. There's one little candle in the room, and that candle has been attached to the top of the skeleton that you guys brought with with wax, just stripped on and stuck there. The skull, as you look at it, the flesh has been cleaned from the head, and it's just purely a rictus skull at this point. But there appears to be symbols on the skull, and that scent of that incense smell is very prevalent in this room. It's a very dark and hazy room, and the smoke lays about the air. It is a comfortable room. It might be a little warm in there for your taste, but there's pillows everywhere, and there's places to sit down. And Madame Vashi comes through the curtains, and she says to you, "Oh, sit down, sit down. Not there, not there. That's my spot. Not there."
Sorry. Yep, my bad.
Yeah. All right. So settle in.
I kind of wiggle a little bit in my chair.
I grab a little seat, fold my legs, and like lean forward.
Okay. What are you looking to know? What are we trying to gain from this? Give me three specific questions.
Oh boy. What is the key ingredient in immortality?
You idiot, you already know that. It's Shashin mushrooms.
Shashin mushrooms, yes.
You specifically went and got me the mushrooms so that
Calm yourself, madam.
Okay, so regarding this skull,
Right. Okay, we want to know.
let's sidebar. Okay, quick.
We want to know who he was.
Okay.
Why he was impersonating Father Xanthus, and
Or maybe how he came to impersonate Father Xanthus.
who he works for. That's important.
Who we were.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
important. Yeah. So definitely that one.
Definitely that one. Okay, I make note. Who
Yeah.
works for ?
Who? Yes. Favorite color?
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Okay. Put that as a maybe.
That's a definitely maybe favorite color question. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Who he works for?
Who? Yeah, definitely.
Gosh, that's probably the most important thing, isn't it?
Was he from town?
I think that will. I mean, so I guess who he was.
Who he was?
Yeah.
Who was? Who worked for? Gotcha. Okay, that's two.
Who
That's
worked for? Who was?
two
Could
solid.
you
And
idiots hurry it up? My tea's
Do you
getting
have
cold.
a good idea for a question?
No, this is
Do
your
you-
questions. I can't get involved that way.
Like sure.
how many others are there? Would he know that?
He might. I mean,
It would give us. We know there was at least two. There could be 1,000. Will we be able
Yeah.
to get a specific answer or just a general answer?
can we save a question until we hear the other answers?
I need the three questions up front.
What is the
It's
meaning of life?
42. Anybody knows that.
Oh,
That is 42. I've heard that.
well,
I've
if
read
that was a
somewhere.
freebie, then let's just pass on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we should have known that one.
Okay.
Um,
I like the color question. It may not be our best.
Give me the three questions and I will start. Otherwise, this is not going to work.
Who he was. Who he worked for.
why.
The motivation. Yes. Why?
Why? Yes. Although I really do want to know his favorite color, but
Shut up. Shut up, Davdithas. Madame Avashki sits back in her on her pillow. She reaches over, takes the tea, and takes a big swig of the tea, puts it down. There's a cup on the other side of the table. She dips her fingers into it, reaches out towards the skull, and starts drawing symbols on the skull. As she's doing so, words start to tumble from her mouth. It has the cadence of a spell, and you think she is starting the ceremony to do this. So the candle light on top of the skull dims. It drops down to a pinpoint. Darkness. There's dark. The room was dark and hazy to begin with, but it darkens more. It's an oppressive darkness at this point. It's and as you focus, as you guys watch her chanting and drawing these arcane symbols on the skull, the light dips down to a point, and you guys are having trouble seeing, your hands in front of you in this room. All of a sudden, the candle flares, and it shoots up about 3 inches. The flame shoots up about 3 inches, and Madame Mavashi sits back, and her eyes roll back in her head. The skull on top of this little table starts to lift up into the air. As it's lifting up into the air, it slowly rotates around and looks at both of you with lifeless eyes, sockets. And sudden pinpricks of light appear in the sockets, and a voice says, "Ask your questions. Questions 3, asked of me, shall be answered. Ask them 3.
Oh gosh, Mihaly, the list.
The list. Who do you work for?
I work for her, the one that drives the twisted things of this world, the one who corrupts, the one who shall prevail.
I just look at Davdithas. Well, that's not a very specific answer, is it?
No, not really. I think you can do better.
Back to the skull. Who?
That who corrupts, that who will prevail, she of the twisted things.
And who were you?
The skull the head dips down as if it was looking at its body, and then cocks to the side as if thinking. It's quiet for a minute, and you genuinely think it's trying to remember who it was.
Could have been brainwashed by a cult. My guess. Something to deal with Lamashtu.
Yeah, it seems like a really long-winded way to say Lamashtu, right?
Yeah, well, as a cultist, that's how you talk. I guess. Especially when you're a floating skull.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
My name. I should know my name. Rendar. Rendar. That was my name.
Rendar. Did you write that down, Mihaly?
Yep.
Just Rendar? The man formerly known as Rendar?
Rendar.
Rendar of a specific town?
Question 3, you have asked of me.
Ah, shit. I knew this was gonna happen.
Ask your questions and leave me be.
Guessing that means we still have a question to ask?
Yeah, I mean, go for it.
Almost seems pointless to ask why at this point.
We could go with, well, there's the obvious color one, but
There is the obvious color.
I mean, we could also ask how many more there are.
do that one.
Yeah. How many more of you are there? Not you specifically, but you, the worshippers of,
She who corrupts.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I scroll on my notes. She who corrupts, in quotes.
Yes.
How many are we?
A specific answer, please. Like a number, not like more than you can count for.
How many are we? We are Legion. We are
anonymous.
We are innumerable. We permeate the land, driving her will forward. We are everywhere. We are your priests. We are your leaders. We are your friends. You cannot
Why?
beat us. Your puny, pitiful goddess. You think she can stand against the lady, the great lady? As you watch, the mouth of the skull starts to open. At this point, it's been talking. It has no sinew. It has no muscle to keep it, but it starts opening wider and wider. And as you watch, it turns around back to face Madame Avashki. And another voice comes through the skull. You dare? You dare? You dare to call one of mine back? And at this, fire spills out of the mouth of the skeleton, and it sears into the eyes of Madame Avashki. The smell of cooking flesh goes up in the room. And with that, we're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Now I can do it 2 times a night.
Lovely,
2
lovely
times a night.
moment.
Yes. 2 times a night. 2 times a night. How are all doing out there?
He gave you the 3 questions.
Huh? Who gave us the 3 questions? I think we had a good 3 questions.
They were pretty good.
I think
They were great.
I think you guys did good with 3 questions. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a really bad game of Guess Who, though.
Yeah. I'm going to assume his favorite color was indeed red, though. Yeah.
I'm more of a green man myself, but I feel like Rendar the red. I like that.
There's
Yeah,
some good
that makes
alliteration
sense.
there. There's definitely
Yeah.
some good alliteration there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we're gonna go to break for a quick 5 minutes. I'm gonna try and fix 2 things while we're at break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes to continue the story. So we look forward to seeing you after this break. Hey everybody, we're coming back from that break. Thank you so much for bearing with us while we took a couple minutes to, do our thing. I like to give the cast a break so they can stay fresh and provide you guys with an excellent show. So let's get back at it. Guys, when we left off at the break, Madame Avashki had an unfortunate moment. What's going on in your characters? Mihaly and Davdithas, what are you thinking right now?
Okay, so if I could just jump in real quick. The whole time we were doing that, ask the 3 questions scene, I don't know if any of you guys out there are fans of, is it Austin Powers? I think it's Will Ferrell's character in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Like his weakness is if he gets asked the same question 3 times, he has to answer honestly.
Yeah.
Who sent you? I'll never tell. Who sent you? No. Who sent? Damn, that's 3 times.
3 times.
Okay.
Well, we also started off with the who does number 2 work for?
Oh man. I just gotta share. I got my, I bought my first of the new swag. So I got the hoodie and I got this for PAX. And
wow, what a high quality piece of merchandise. Where might someone find that?
Thank you for saying so, sir. You might be able to find such quality merchandise at howinerd.com.
Hold on 1 second. Let me check to see if I can find it behind me.
Weird, sir. You have a Tabletop Tavern logo on your back.
No
What?
way.
Are you serious?
That is the craziest thing I've ever
Are,
seen.
are you talking about that show on the How I Nerd channel?
Couldn't be.
Yes, that is a terrific channel. You should come and hang out at it every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night.
I hear they even have awesome stickers.
Oh wow, that's a cool sticker you have.
This.
I
Wait.
also have cool stickers.
Where did you guys get those cool stickers you are mentioning completely randomly?
I bet they're for an extremely reasonable price.
You're
They
right.
are. It's funny you should ask. They start at only $3.
Oh, you guys are rad.
All I have is NG merch, but it's really cool. I really
It
like
is.
my mug.
Oh
is really
man, that
cool.
is so
Yeah.
rad. I am jealous.
Yeah, I got my Warden Timberwolf hoodie right in the corner right now.
Oh fuck, that's so cool.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Man.
So this is this is one of my favorite shirts because having lived through the satanic panic of the 1980s when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, like I really wanted to do a throwback to this. We have a project we'd like to do eventually for a promo for the channel in satanic panic style. So I'd like to do that. Oh, we made some friends. Look who's stopping
Oh,
by.
man, right after
Oh,
we finish our merch
hey.
plug. Hey, Flip.
It's the
Hello,
Flip Ray!
crew.
Holy shit. Oh my, well.
Oh,
hey, there
they are
goes Chad. Okay.
representing. They are.
And
So they just
Good
rated
lord.
us with a party of 81.
that's a banger right there.
That's
So
fantastic, dude. Thank you.
welcome on in, Floop
What a
and
cool dude.
crew.
All
We
right,
had
so
the,
I'm gonna give you guys the pitch while you thank you, Floop, as always, man. It was so good to see you at PAX. Spending time with you, Amanda and Optimus, and other members of your community was a wonderful fucking experience. So thank you so much, guys. If you're joining us for the first time tonight, my name is Mike. We have Mihaly, Davdithas, Idabrix, and Gunnar. They are part of this show on which is the Tabletop Tavern. We do Pathfinder and D&D and Savage Worlds content. This is our longest running show. Tonight is episode 30. We are doing it on a Thursday night because I am traveling on Sunday night. We have some wonderful productions coming up, and a member of your guys' community, Amanda, is actually going to be part of the Tabletop Tavern too. So welcome on in. We just came back for a break, so if you want to check out the second half of the show, hang around. We have an amazing cast here, and we're about to get back into it. So Floop, as always, man, it's so good to see you. And, thanks guys. And we'll sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Cast, you ready?
Let's do this.
not at all, given this.
We are not
you
at all
described.
ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. Balls deep.
Just
Here
do
we
it.
go.
Just do it.
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 Why don't you just
Yeah.
do it? Oh
Just
my
do it.
God. Fuck it. Do it
You
live.
can do it.
Send it. All right, ready? I got to get in
Send it.
character.
Yep.
This is hard.
Full
I
send.
have so many new friends
Full
in
send.
here. I've got to impress them in 30 seconds.
There's no
Yeah.
way. Well,
Davdithas.
Dude, they just came from Floop Stream. He's high quality. We're garbage.
Yeah, we're done.
we've lost the battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
lambs. Hey, real quick, lambs to the slaughter. I need you to PM me so that we can talk about your reward on the channel. So please do that. Either get in touch with me on Discord or send me a PM. Please and thank you. All right. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Hit it.
All right.
Send it.
Do it.
Fucking let's send it. So when we left off the break, Davdithas and Mihaly had gone to Madame Mavashki's house. She is a seer in the town that has helped our intrepid party before, and they were asking questions. They brought the skull of an enemy to her, and she has the sight, and she was going to get some questions answered. She required Mihaly and Davdithas to pose 3 questions ahead of time. And after they answered the questions, the skull, which had been floating, turned around, the mouth opened, and flames, a voice spoke to them, and it spoke to Madame Vavashi specifically and said, you dare ask questions of one of mine. And then fire shot out of the mouth and burned out the eyes of Madame Mavashki. So that's where we're coming back in. Davdithas,
Okay.
Mihaly, what do you do?
So as a reaction to that,
Okay.
seeing this occur,
Yep.
I want to draw my star knife and throw it at the skull.
Okay.
Can I get a roll to poop my pants, please?
That's a free action.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is going to take you. You're going to have to use a standard action to shake it out of your leg, though. Okay.
I'm gonna think about that.
Okay.
Who said
Okay.
he wants to shake it out?
That's true.
Yeah.
Never said that.
Davdithas, give me a standard attack roll. You're not going to be able to drop it on somebody, so just drop it in chat with your modifiers.
You just want me
So-
to throw the star knife?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 19.
Okay, so
Not too
Davdithas,
bad.
Yeah.
as you throw the star knife, it hits the back of the skull, and it's almost like it goes in like butter. It's like there's almost no resistance as it goes in, and a shimmer surrounds the point of the knife as it goes in, and the skull splits apart, and it drops to the table, and the lights go out. All that's left is the smell of charred flesh, the smell of the incense, and the sobbing of Madame Avashki as she's sobbing in agony.
I'm going to run over to Madame Avashti and I'm going to yell to Mihaly, Mihaly, get some light in here.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay.
I stand up and cast light.
It's too bad that didn't resolve in reverse.
Yeah, too bad.
It's too bad. Okay.
Real shame he's about to trip over a table or something, but all right, go for it.
1 second here.
And we all know that Davdithas's best ability is
is acrobatics. I rolled a 19 minus 3 for 16.
It's a good thing you didn't have your tower shield on. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
So, Davdithas, you're able to make your way over there, and you get over to Madame Avashki, and you reach down, and she just has her hands covering her face, and you feel heat emanating from her face. That you think the fire was so hot, and then when it did damage, it's still emanating heat off her face, and she's sobbing uncontrollably, and her body is racked with pain, and she's shaking.
Okay. I'm going to cast Create Water on her face.
Yeah, let's waterboard her.
Oh,
Totally.
God.
It's
Who said
only
you?
That seems like a great idea.
it's only 8 gallons of water. It's fine.
Oh my
Only
God.
8 gallons of get out.
No, you know what? I love this idea. Let's go ahead with it.
I'm so glad I'm not there right now.
I have
Just
to look at
saying.
the spell real quick. Let me see something. I just want to read the particulars of the actual spell because
I mean, perhaps you could like cast it into a cauldron and then we could like, towel her face or something instead of just going full bore. But
It does say up to 2 gallons of water per level. So I could apparently choose to do less.
you could like faucet that. Yeah, you can get a little drip going or what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
just want to like splash some water on that burn.
so where are you specifically casting the spell, and explain to myself and the community and
Okay.
God why you're actually doing this.
Okay. So I'm gonna as I clutch onto my holy symbol and I run over to her, I just say, Desna, help me douse this burn. And I just reach out and I try and do a little like splatter of water on the burns real quick.
All right. So at this point, I'm gonna allow Mihaly. The light is on. You've cast it on whatever you want in the room. So Davdithas, the water shoots out from your hands and just splashes across the backs of Madame Avashki's hands, and it's quite ineffectual. And she kind of moans at this point.
Okay. And next I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds.
Oh, and that's the
On her.
cadence in which you decided to do it.
Well, stop the immediate pain because you said there's still burning sensation, and then heal it.
Okay.
See? Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very empathetic cleric,
You know what?
Exactly.
I don't.
Can't blame him.
I don't judge.
Yeah.
It's gonna say I'm casting Inflict Wounds. I am not casting Inflict Wounds.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm trading that spell for Cure Light
Rules as
Wounds.
written, she dies.
Okay.
And rocks fall.
Okay. No, just the roof. Okay, so how much damage have you healed?
I am going to heal her for 6.
Okay.
Nice.
All
You're
right.
killing it.
Thanks.
So,
But not
Davdithas,
her.
give us how are you doing this? Give me how are you doing this action? Role play it out for me.
All right. Still clutching onto my holy symbol, I say, Desna, this woman has been hurt by an evil hand. She needs our guidance and our healing. And I touch my hand to her head and channel the healing energy into her.
Okay. So, as you lay your hand upon her head and you feel the radiance of Desna move down through your arm and spread out through the body of Madame Mavashki, it surges throughout her. You feel it flow through her, and some of her wounds start to heal. Her whimpering slows to a stop. However, there's a taint within her, and it's centered around her eyes at the moment. And your healing power washes around that taint and is unable to fully heal the damage to her eyes. But the rest of her, I'm trying. the rest of her body, her breath becomes regular, and she kind of lifts her head up, and she, my sight,
Madam, are you okay?
it's gone. Not just the. I can't see you, Davdithas, but I don't feel it there anymore. I don't feel the sight within me.
I'm so sorry this has happened to you. I wasn't expecting this. We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to figure out who's behind all this. We're going to put an end to it.
So at that point, she just starts crying, and she lays down on one of the pillows in the room and just starts crying. And you hear her, my heritage, hundreds of years I've provided, and it's gone. It's just gone. It's gone.
Historically, I don't do well with crying women. So I'm going to pat her on the head.
Oh,
And say, there.
give me a diplomacy.
She's not a damn cat, Davdithas.
Give me.
I don't know how to do it.
You're not there.
I know. I'm yelling this from way far away.
Give me a diplomacy at -4, please.
And -4. That's appropriate. It should be a lot more than that, actually. That is going to be a 14. It's 13 plus 1 total.
Did you add? Oh, yeah, I see it in there.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. She's not comforted at all.
I didn't think she would be.
And she just go.
I do not need to hear more. I go.
Is there, like, as I'm standing up to walk out, is there any way you know of that we can return your sight for you?
Go.
I go.
Okay. You guys walk out to the front of the room of the Madame Mavashki's shop, and the door waits.
Yeah, I'm gonna go straight through that door.
Okay.
Yeah, no knocking.
Do we knock to leave now too?
Well, we
Oh
always
my
knock,
God.
so you know,
Okay.
it's just
God.
kind of
I want to
thing.
be on the same page. That's all.
Yeah, no, let's just leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you walk out the door, as you guys are, the both of you walk out the door and you turn to look around, the door slams shut hard, and it rattles the frame. It slams shut so hard.
Wait, did we shut it?
No, that wasn't me. Can she do that? Is she in danger?
Let's try and go back in.
Is that thing still in there with her?
I'm gonna try the door.
We should knock first.
Oh, good
Oh
call.
my
No,
God.
there's no time for knocking.
Knock as we open it.
Okay.
Okay.
The door does not open.
I force it.
I assist.
How are you guys going? Explain to me how you're doing it.
So I picture it being like, can you describe the handle for me? Is there a handle?
Yeah, there is a crude wooden handle.
So it turns.
You remember from seeing inside that there is a bar that goes down. It's a typical of the older style doors. It has like some hooks coming up like this, and the bar goes down and goes past the frame. So.
Okay. So, but there is a handle, like a handle I turn.
Yeah, you could try and. I mean,
Okay,
when you
can-
turn
can-
it, nothing's happening. So.
I'm imagining like a foot on the frame, like pulling back type of action. Wait, the door opens outward, yeah?
That's a good
Because
question.
I'm not pulling on the door if it opens
Now
outward.
wait. I'm trying.
Yeah. Take a second. Let's get this right.
No, it opens inward. No,
No,
it does
it
open
opens
outward.
out.
Sorry,
It
I'm
opens out.
stupid.
Okay. No, don't
I've
worry
got
about it.
I've got PAX brain.
Don't sweat it, dude.
Okay.
I'm an engineer. I should be able to figure this the fuck out.
Oh God.
The doors.
Doors are hard.
Oh god. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're trying to pull that sucker open, assuming it opens outward.
Okay. So who's pulling and who's assisting?
Wait, I thought you just wait. Are we out of the door?
You're outside of the. So as you guys walked out, the door slammed shut behind you.
So the door opens into the building.
No, the door opens out.
Why can't we figure out a door? All right.
I literally just said it opens out.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
So you
Roll
guys.
with it.
All right. So you open the door, right?
Yeah.
You take 3 steps forward. Mihaly
Okay.
follows you, and then the door slams shut.
Right. So
Okay.
we're trying to get back into the door.
Okay. So
Yep.
how?
By turning the handle.
Nothing happens. It doesn't move. I
So
literally
now-
said that 2 minutes ago, but
It's
go.
locked.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
So
Oh,
my
no.
follow-up question to that. My follow-up question to that, by when you say nothing happens, do you mean it turns
No,
or I
and
feel it lock?
when you try and turn the handle, nothing happens. You're not able to move it.
I'm not able to move the handle. Okay.
I
Gotcha.
detect magic on the handle. Is it magically locked?
So you do detect the presence of magic. If you are you going to continue to concentrate in that area?
Yeah, I'd like to know specifically if it's coming from the handle, like if it's a magical lock system or if it's just magic in general. Like
think,
there's a bunch of magic stuff behind the wall.
You think the door has been magically sealed?
I tell Davdithas, magically sealed, man. I don't know how to get through that.
Okay, so
Well,
as you guys
try
are standing
window.
out there, a message comes. You guys hear the voice of Madame Mavashki. I said, go away.
Ooh. Okay. It sounds like she doesn't want us in there.
But
Well,
she has
then.
to teach us that trick if we ever get on her good side again. That was amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be happening for a while.
All right, let's ditch. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
just
yeah.
go.
All right, where you guys headed?
Back to Gunnar and Idabrix.
Yep.
Okay.
We could stop at the bar for a pint.
Oh God.
No,
No, back to Gunnar and Idabrix.
not for me today. I'm dry today.
Okay.
Okay. So after after about 10 minutes, you guys make it back up to the rest of the party.
Hey
Gun- gun-
guys.
Okay. Gunnar and Idabrix, you see your friends walk up.
Hey. Hi.
So did you ask the questions I asked you to ask?
Well, we have good news and we have bad news.
Yeah, about that.
Mhm. The
Mhm.
good news is She was very happy to see us.
Extremely happy.
She was. She was.
So
She said
happy.
I was the smart one.
She said I was the idiot, but she had us confused, so it's no big deal.
Right. Bad news is we broke her.
What do you mean you broke her?
What?
The skull.
Yeah, you know how she was the seer?
What do you
Now
mean
she's the
was?
sealess.
The guard looks over at you behind. What? I don't. Is that a new word? Did you make up a new word?
I think I kind of did. I'm not the book smart type.
I'm gonna ask a series of questions.
Righto.
How you answer this depends on how far I throw the two of you off this cliff.
I step back 20 feet.
I stand my ground. Ready for the interrogation.
Go ahead.
Who did they serve?
She who corrupts. I can only believe it's Lamashtu.
Okay.
Pretty sure it's Lamash too.
Who is giving the thing orders?
It didn't specify.
Did you not ask the question?
Oh, we asked questions.
Did you ask that question?
We asked a question very similar to that. Possibly not in that exact wording.
It was basically the same question, man.
It was, I agree.
Oh,
this
where were
thing-
they from?
The thing spoke in code. Well, not in code, but almost riddles.
And where did they come from?
It said that it's everywhere. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they give really vague answers. It's not our
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. They said they are our friends, that they are our leaders, our acquaintances. It sounds like this is a cult who is apparently secretly living among us all.
Okay.
Oh, and yes, it burned out Madame Avashti's eyes by
Oh.
shooting fire. Yes.
Is she okay?
No.
I'm gonna step back up to the group now. Yeah, not at all. No,
No.
not even a little bit.
No. She's alive.
Oh yeah, she's alive.
Yeah.
Well, that's
She
good, but
But
wants-
Davdithas did the whole like heal thing, you
I
know,
did.
he did the cleric hands and
I
all
was
that
like,
fun stuff.
"Woo!" Yeah.
It
like
was
that.
great.
Yep.
I mean, credit where credit's due. I put a little bit of light in the room, but
You
let's
not
not focus on me.
Thank you for that. A
Uh,
little slow on
yeah,
the take
hey,
there, though. I had to
Well,
jump
I mean,
I had to jump a table in the dark.
you did great.
Thank you.
No problem.
Wait. The guard looks over and he goes, "You jumped the table in the dark?"
I did it. And I just kind of motioned to this. I'm like, yeah, this right here. Did
All
it.
this.
I slowly turn to Idabrix.
That's a pretty slow turn.
it's very slow.
1 degree per second.
My thoughts exactly.
Guys, I just want to say, were you there?
Well, you
The
healed her,
result would
right?
have been the same.
You healed her, right? She's
I
okay
did.
now?
I did, but
course.
she's rather upset. She says she lost the sight, both physical and mystical.
How?
Nothing directly that we did resulted in that.
All right.
I mean, if we were all there, the same outcome would have happened.
I'm rapidly losing my patience. What happened?
Well, we asked our questions, and then the skull turned. A voice came through, and said, "How dare we, interrogate?
How dare she?
Specifically pointing towards Madame Avashti, unfortunately. How dare she, talk to one of their minions and fire spewed out of it straight into her eyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're
So-
dealing with some heavy stuff here.
did it take her over?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know. Are you sure?
I mean, there was a lot happening there.
Did you detect any evil before you left?
I can't say I was ready to do so.
So she wasn't magical in any other way, was she?
She was a seer.
She
How does
definitely
that
has-
work?
They read the bones. They
Could
read
she
the
say,
auras, they
I
read the
mean, just
spirits.
as a random example, slam a door?
No, she doesn't have that kind of magic. She
That's not something your character would know.
my seers from my land wouldn't be able to actually cast spells. They'd just be able to like read auras and tell
That doesn't-
tales, and
Has no bearing on this character.
that's just what he thinks. He doesn't know that she's
Okay.
something different.
Okay,
That's
fair
what
enough.
he's
I'll give you
equating
I
that.
it
can
to.
buy that. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So a seer. No, really?
A seer doesn't cast. She channels, she visions, she sees. She doesn't cast magical spells or potions like wizards or sorcerers. She sees. She reads the stones, she reads the ruins, she feels and sees and understands the fates.
You know what I do find odd is she says she lost the sight. Yet then as we left, the door was able to close and she was able to communicate with us.
Huh. So
Maybe-
completely unrelated. You guys want to go for like a quick walk or something? I mean,
think-
let's
I
just
think
walk
we
it off,
should.
you know?
I think we should go say. You know what? I think we should
Like
check on her.
maybe just a little bit?
I think we should check on her. I think this would be important.
I think it's very important that you and Idabrix lead that and that me and Mihaly don't.
So like maybe, just maybe the door was magically locked. Any idea how we might get past that?
Blow through it.
You know, we could trade places. We could harvest the shin bone and they could go check up on her because she doesn't want to see us.
Yeah,
She
no,
made
she'll
that very
probably
clear.
kill me.
Quite possibly.
I look at Idabrix. Well,
I guess we're going for a walk.
let's go.
All right, so we start walking there. It's not terribly far from where we are, right?
As they walk
No.
away, I like shove Davdithas a little bit like, dude, we probably should have just asked the color question, right?
I think so. That was the safe
Oh my
question.
God.
Do you think her eyes would have burned out if we just asked the freaking color?
No, it wouldn't have gotten so mad if we asked about
Okay.
colors. Yeah.
Idabrix, it's about 10-15 minute walk. Not even.
Okay.
If you guys are double time, it'll probably take like 5-10 minutes.
Gunnar, how fast can you walk?
Very.
I can't.
You want to ride?
Yes, please.
Okay.
It's a ticket to ride all over again, guys.
Idabrix on Gunner's shoulders, and Gunnar double times it.
Idabrix is sitting on his shoulders. Forward! Oh!
Okay.
All right.
You guys get back there. The house looks the exact same.
I'm gonna try the door.
Hold on.
Hold on. He said it first, so Idabrix, you try the door and the door is locked.
Okay. Yeah, still locked.
Detect evil.
You do not detect any evil.
I'm gonna focus it
Okay.
and keep concentrating on it. Keep
Okay.
staring into the house.
Okay. You don't detect any evil.
I'm gonna
Knock heavily on the door.
Okay, I was gonna knock gently on the door, but okay.
A message that you all hear, clear as day, says, I thought I told you to leave me alone.
It's Gunnar.
And Idabrix.
I don't care. I want my time alone. I just lost the most precious thing I've ever had in my life. I want to be alone.
If you just let me detect evil, I'll be out of your hair. I promise you'll never hear from me again if that's what you'd like.
Nothing happens.
I mean, you didn't pick up on anything before, right?
No. Are there any windows to the house I can peer through?
don't believe so. Let me double check, but I do not believe so, Gunnar.
And do you want me to roll concentration to keep the spell going, or?
If you, I mean, you're not doing anything strenuous right now, right?
No.
There are no windows on this house.
Really? Okay. I turn back to Idabrix. I don't feel anything.
Well, I definitely wouldn't be able to anyway, so I guess this was a moot point.
I guess we let her heal.
Idabrix doesn't. I don't really say anything. I just turn and start walking back towards the cliff.
I turn with him. Start heading back.
Okay. So you guys
So
get
out of all these wonderful questions we got, he worked for Lamashtu.
Which I think we pretty much knew already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it.
Hmm.
All right. So what are you guys doing when you get back up there?
Check on the corpses, see if any of the woods arrived.
The corpses are getting quite rank at this point. They've been sitting
Okay.
out in the sun all day. This smell emanating from them, and the skin's starting to bloat. And so after you guys are, so carts are arriving with wood, Gunnar. And after you guys wait about 15 minutes, Sheriff Hemlock comes back down with Mayor Devon.
Okay.
So I see the woods arriving. We gotta talk about this whole thing for tonight. I mean, with everything going on in town, do we really have time to set perimeter, to set guards? And I mean, is this the best time to do this? I mean, I don't begrudge you trying to send these warriors off, but to make a festival in a town where people are currently being hunted.
How long before morale breaks?
I think it's already broken.
Morale is pretty stretched thin right now, but what happens if we throw this festival and there's attacks during the festival?
I mean, not to be grim, but that's almost best case scenario, because then we can catch the culprit.
Ooh, that's not good.
Give me a diplomacy.
Okie doke. I'm gonna go ahead and use a +3.
Who's you using?
Wait, can I double up on?
No.
Like, can I do a +3 and an advantage?
No.
Should I use a +3 or an advantage? Which would you guys prefer?
+3. I'm confident in you.
All right, we
+3, me
got
too.
this.
And whose +3 are you using so I can mark it off?
It's actually one of the ones from previous. It's not in the rewards anymore, but I haven't
Okay.
used it. It's Painseeker. I managed in my notes.
Okay.
But Painseeker 17, 13. Thank you very much for the +3. Greatly appreciated. Back to skills, diplomacy. Oh, buddy, I have a +6 to diplomacy. I roll a 24 total, 15 + 9.
Sell Mayor Devon on why this is a good thing.
I say, look, Mayor, there's no doubt that morale is down, and a party would be good. On that note, if you're worried about there being an attack, what better a time than to have the whole village and the so-called, I'm gesturing and air quoting, heroes of Sandpoint here to protect. We have all the guards around. They'll be part of the festivities. The worst part about the attacks is that they've been happening in isolated events against one or two individuals at a time. They didn't have a chance to fight back. Should they show their face tonight, we will catch them. we will bring them into justice or kill them, and we will stop the attacks in Sandpoint for good. This is our best chance.
You know, Mihaly, that's a pretty convincing point.
I wipe the sweat off my forehead. I turn to the party and go, holy shit.
I do a little applaud. Like,
Sheriff Hemlock, round up the men. We're gonna have to move right now. Send a couple people throughout the town and let them know that just past dark we will be sending our fallen friends off into the afterlife in Gunnar's honor. In the honor, in the style of his people, we'll be going to be sending them off in a blaze of glory, get security. Let's get the security set up. Can you guys work with Sheriff Hemlock to get people posted in the right positions? And we'll obviously have to have patrols going. We'll have to have, I think, a lot of light, as much light in this area as we can. I think that would be a good thing. But do you guys have any other suggestions on what we should do to try and secure this event?
eyes. We need eyes everywhere.
Make sure the gates are all closed and locked in and out.
Do the acolytes of the chapel know the light spell?
It should be pretty simple for them to
Like,
know.
Send one with each guard patrol and have them pop lights everywhere, just under the pretense that it's part of a light festival.
You could call it the Festival of Lights.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. That sounds kind of ludicrous, but sure.
Okay. Somebody should get Father Xanthus. We should talk. We got to send the word around to the
I'll get him.
You go get him.
I'll get him.
Okay. Sooner the better, Davdithas.
I'm sorry, what?
The sooner the better.
I'd lean into Davdithas and
We
go,
have none of the time, and this should have been planned yesterday, but we are where we are right now, and so let's try and get it done, and to the best of our ability to protect the people of Sandpoint.
I look down at my feet and I go, "May Desna guide my feet to their destination."
I before he goes, I want to remind him about checking for masks and the keyword and so on.
Yes, I will ask for Slim.
What did we say the keyword was? I need the party's help to remind me.
Slim
Roll
Shady.
intelligence.
Let me see. Let me do this. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't good enough.
Okay, sorry.
I can't see it. Slim Shady.
Slim Shady
Yeah.
was the word. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Okay.
So I look down, I say, "May Desna guide my feet." And as I start running forward, I'm still looking down at my feet as I go.
Give me an athletic check.
Athletics. Oh, yeah. Okay. You just like doing this because of my rolls.
I can neither confirm nor deny that, Senator.
Oh, I just tried to roll it. It didn't roll on the thing.
Oh, what did you roll?
7. Let me re-roll it so you can see it. 16 minus 3 for 13.
Davdithas, as you're running away looking at your feet, you narrowly miss a log that has been brought up for the funeral pile. You kind of stumble over it. You do that weird, awkward run where you're like half bent over and you're trying to get back up. And
Are my hands flying out behind me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're trying to
It's a
balance yourself.
row-row.
You're like
The
waving
row-row.
them. You're waving
Yeah.
them, and you're trying to get your body back up. And eventually, by Desna's hand, she must have reached down and like pointed you back up. But you're able to catch your feet, and you haul your shing
Yes.
off into the distance.
I am waking everyone in this town as I go.
What are the rest of you doing at this point?
I don't know. Are the pyres already built?
No, I'm starting to build the pyres as the wood's showing up.
I would offer a hand. I'm sure I
Uh,
can't lift anything, but
I would offer a hand.
I'm helping.
that's me. I'm Ralph.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So Sheriff Hamlock comes over and pulls Mihaly and Idabrix aside while Gunnar is working on the thing and says, do you guys have any suggestions for us on how we should secure this? You know, he looks quite frankly like super surprised that Mayor Deverin approved this because with an hour or 2 hour notice trying to get a whole town together secured, and you know, the Sandpoint Festival usually takes months to set up and get set up right. So he doesn't have much faith in this at this moment, and he's kind of looking to you guys for direction.
I think we have one area
Yep.
where the party is contained and controlled access in and out via the guards. At the end of the night, patrols walk everyone home. They go in and lock their doors, and that's that.
So if we think about this, if we look at the area we're currently in, we're currently over by the ruins. Let's look at the approaches. So the approach, people could approach up the cliff down from the bay there, to just to the north where that peninsula is.
Yep.
People could, there's approaches through the town. On the western shore, it's a steep wall, but theoretically, somebody could, they can make an approach on that way as well. Where do we set up the perimeter for, where do we crowd people in? Where do we set up the perimeter? And, how far do we go back, and how far, because we're trying to contain and we're trying to secure an area, but how do we, how far back do we do, and how much area do we use?
I'm not a tactical kind of person.
How steep are those cliffs? You said it was like a good, when you last described them, it's pretty steep.
It's pretty steep,
pretty far down, right?
Yeah. So there's like, so specifically on the western side too, like the southwestern side of the ruins, that is like it's like a sheer cliff. You know what I mean? The other side, it does drop down. I think I said like 100 feet. But it's like a rocky. There's like rocky outcropping on the way down. You know what I mean?
So like a good rock climber could probably make it up.
You think somebody with decent ability, Idabrix, with your athletic ability, you think you could probably scale it if you had enough time.
Okay. So, yeah, so somebody kind of like me could probably make it up this wall. If I'd have to go kind of slow and take my time, but I could do it.
Idabrix, and you also think with the proper equipment, you could probably get up the other way as well, but not many people could do that.
It seems like a pretty reasonable spot, does it not? I mean, we're blocked off on two sides for the most part. The most logical approach would be in through the streets, which your guards will be covering. I mean, why don't we throw a few guards on post around the ledges, just in case?
My biggest fear would be that if there was a major attack and it came through the town, people would be blocked up here.
Well, look, I mean, from what we just heard from, well, Rendar, if you will, the skull, they're among us all. There's no reason to think it wouldn't just come from the middle of the crowd to begin with.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
Infiltrated the town, perhaps.
I just would hate to see people, instead of being able to flee to the town, be backed up against a cliff that's 100 feet up.
Yeah, so we move it away from the cliff. I don't like the idea of being too close.
Yeah.
So you guys have pointers on the map. He pulls out a small map and he's like, show me where what you're thinking. So out of game, you guys can use the pointers to try and do so.
Idabrix, why not old school block party?
Yeah.
We used this street here, perhaps. Me gesturing down the road.
That street?
Well, this street in between the buildings. So
and then
perhaps we start with guards here covering all of this and go down to here, and we party in, I don't know, this area here.
Yeah, that makes sense. We could also put guards kind of in this area.
So what you're describing is the crossroad intersection behind the Sandpoint Garrison, in between that and the Sandpoint Town Hall, leading up north to the shore, kind of leading to the area where you're in loosely. It's surrounded. It's like I said, it's a four-way intersection, and it looks like it's surrounded by different buildings there as well.
Like I like the idea of being up against the garrison.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to be up against any building, that's the one to do it with, but...
Yep.
We're far enough away from the cliffs that
and we can...
were an attack to happen, we wouldn't be blocked in. Everyone can disperse.
Okay.
And we're close enough to the cliffs that guards can still patrol the outer area.
Yeah, we
and
can have guards
watch
kind
them.
of in this area. In this other area up
I
to
like
the
it.
northeast.
I like it.
And
And then-
having standard patrols all through the town as they would otherwise, but anyone who's not otherwise on duty tonight, perhaps we can pay their salary and they can come out and
the town can take care of the cost of their salary. We have people, they're not necessarily soldiers, but they're people that will after the recent attacks, we've been training people in case there's an event. People have volunteered to act as essentially backup in the case of scenarios where maybe the town gets overrun. So we've been doing some training. They're not the best, but they...
So you kind of have a militia?
Yeah, I guess that would be the word for it. Idabrix.
Okay.
I know Gunnar has reached into his pockets to pay for food and drink, but maybe we keep it kind of tame. We don't
Yeah.
let anyone get too crazy as far as
Maybe-
drinks go.
Okay.
Yeah. We allow maybe
Um,
like a 2-drink maximum or something, and
We come, we pay our respects, we watch the pyres, and we all disperse at a reasonable hour. Everyone gets home, everyone's accounted for, everyone locks their doors. Pretty simple, right?
We'll lead people off in groups. We'll try to have people bunch up by
A walk home service by the
Yeah.
guards, perhaps?
yeah, or the militia. And what we'll try to do is we'll do sections of town at if somebody's going towards the Rusty Dragon or anyone around there, we'll have them walk together with somebody from the guard.
And
one
we
of the,
can bring people back to the Rusty Dragon area because that's where we're staying anyway.
that's
so
a good Idabrix. That's a really
Yep.
good thought. That's a good idea.
So we can bring people back that direction at the end if they can wait that long, and then the guards can go to the other parts of the city.
All right.
And perhaps we have a signal that will call everyone together. Is there anything that you could sound off or light off that would, in the event of
Something wrong happening?
Yeah, is there a way that we could, if you're doing a walk home to the south of the town and you encounter something, how will we know?
I'm sure we could figure something out.
Okay.
I'm sure we could, we could raise the alarm.
A loud whistle of sorts or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to go tell Mayor Devon the plan, and we'll get the guards in motion. And she's already getting the word out on the street to so the people of the city know. We'll have we'll cordon those areas off and pen it in with some temporary fencing. Essentially trying to if something happens, maybe we can use it as a defense. But I'll go get that going now. I looked at my watch. So he looks up. He looks up at
Your
the
sundial watch.
Yeah, he looks up at he looks up at
Would
the
you
sun.
look at the shadow? My goodness. Gotta get moving.
So he looks up at the sun and he says, "We don't have much time. I will be back here in probably an hour's time. And we'll oversee what's going on. But hopefully by then we'll have word from Davdithas and the Alkalites and Father Xantus up there to make sure that their services can be offered as well." May Desna go with you, and he walks off. With that, we're gonna switch over to Davdithas.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
You have been waiting to say that.
I have.
Okay, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you.
How far have I made it by now?
You have made it over. That was a pretty decently conversation. So you have
Excellent.
successfully made it over to the with the temple, and as you walk up, you see your fellow acolytes milling about, going about their day-to-day chores at the temple of to the good pantheon.
Fellow acolytes going about their day-to-day chores.
Oh,
It's good to see you.
Brother Davdithas. It's good to see you as well.
Do you have any idea what I'm going to ask you?
You never come here with good news, Davdithas, so should we get Father Xanthus?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they run out back. After a couple minutes, Father Xanthus walks out and walks up to you, Davdithas.
How's it going, Slim?
It's pretty shady today, isn't it?
I'd say so.
And he looks at you with a shrewd look, and he nods.
I nod back and I do the finger guns. He doesn't do it back, does he?
All I can freaking picture is Buddy Jesus.
It's Buddy Christ.
Oh God.
It's Buddy Desna, okay?
And he does.
The Buddy Desna. Oh.
He takes a deep sigh and just is like, and gives you the finger guns back.
Excellent. Yes. So happy. We're Father Xanthus. We are preparing a festival off towards the western side of Sandpoint. We wanted to know if we can count on you and your acolytes to attend and help with security.
What kind of festival?
We're just spitballing here. We're kind of going with a Festival of Lights idea, but generally speaking, we're kind of going to celebrate the lives of those who have passed.
Okay.
It was Gunnar's idea, and I think it was quite good. Yeah.
And the town's on board?
Yeah, they're preparing security as we speak, but we'll need the help of you and your acolytes to. Well, what we want to do is we want to keep the whole town well lit, actually. So we kind of want to go around, cast a little bit of light everywhere, and as I say that, I cast light on a pebble nearby me.
Okay.
And
it doesn't show that much because it's it's getting late. The shadows are, so it illuminates a little bit.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's the plan. But if you want to come back with me, we can kind of discuss further with the sheriff what the plan is.
I think what we should do is we can separate the acolytes, like you say. I think you guys had a really good idea about sending, them out with, some of the soldiers and keeping the town lit. Brother, as you know, these are low-level acolytes, and their light spell will only last for about 10 minutes, maybe 20 for some of them. But
True.
It's going to be a constant patrol around to keep it going. But maybe we'll send them off with a couple, maybe the church can donate a couple healing potions as well in case something happens.
Excellent. Now, when you say low level acolytes, I don't understand that. What does that mean?
They're new to the faith, brother.
That makes sense.
They haven't been training, and they've accepted the light of whether it be Desna, Sarenrae, Torm.
They lack experience, right? Is what you're trying to say. Sorry, I know I'm not there. I'm just shitting.
It's exactly what I was getting at.
They haven't progressed in their studies. So their ability, while they are pious and while they are on the right path, I've been doing it a little bit longer than them.
Reminds me of me when I walked in.
You know what? Maybe we could do. You know what Davdithas might. You know what might be good. Maybe you can find Moat. He seems like he'd be able to help us during this.
Actually, I've been looking for him.
He was right down at the Rusty Dragon like a half hour ago, maybe an hour.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to speak with him.
I think you guys maybe should settle your differences about he seems pretty broken up about, a paladin's weapon and a paladin's, defense is It's a tough thing. He's got a weapon in the meantime, but I think you guys should definitely put a focus on that as well.
I actually would like to speak with him. I unfortunately was in charge of his weapon that night, and I feel like I let him down.
Davdithas, I have to ask you, are you playing a joke on our friend Mo?
I really wish I was, but someone actually stole it.
That's unfortunate.
It's troubling.
Well, go find Brother Mo and see.
Well, brother?
Well, he's a man of the faith.
Is he? Is he?
He is.
Of our faith?
I mean, his pantheon is his deity is in line with the teachings of Desna.
Very well. He's not better than us, that's for sure. Even if he says he is, he might have shinier armor, but I think we're cooler.
That armor is pretty shiny.
It is pretty shiny, yeah. It's very shiny. Anyway, you said you saw him at the tavern not too long ago.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess that's my next step. I look down at my feet. And I go, may Desna guide me to my destination. I take off, still looking down at my feet.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Oh my god. If he doesn't end up in a fountain or in a trough or falling into or over something.
I'm sorry, that was at a -4 because you were literally staring at your feet.
Oh, let me. Yeah, so that'll be a negative. No, it's a 5. That's a 5 total.
Yeah, as you take off, looking at your feet, you run flat into an alkalite, and he goes sprawling, and you go sprawling as well. And as you look up, you see the disappointment wash over the face of Father Xantus.
Yeah, I deserve that. I'm gonna try guiding myself this time. And I get up and I apologize. I apologize, brother, for that. I thought Desna would stop that, but say la vie. And I head towards the Rusty Dragon.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna switch back over to the party at this point. And Davdithas, you just gonna head directly to Rusty Dragon?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So what is the rest of the party doing at this point? Gunnar, we're gonna go to you.
Gunnar is still prepping the pyres and checking on the dead to see if and when they're turning.
Okay.
I know we just had the horrible smell that was coming up, which is one of the signs, which is awesome. So just prepping for everything.
Give me a survival, if you would.
Okie dokie.
I'd take either survival or knowledge nature for anybody standing in the area.
That's a 12 survival.
Yeah. You think the stench, Gunnar, is the natural stench of decay as a body is decaying. I'd take a heal check as well.
Okay.
You think this is the natural stench of a body that's been sitting in the sun all day, dead.
Okay.
All right, so you're working on the pyre.
Yep, setting up the 2 pyres.
Okay. All right, Idabrix and Mihaly, what are you doing?
After Idabrix talks and with Mihaly and they kind of come up with a plan, she just kind of busies herself, like trying to see if there's anything else she can do to help.
Okay. So Idabrix,
yeah, I guess at this point I'd be helping the guards with their temporary fences.
Sure. As the guards start filtering into the area, there's responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like, there's opportunities for help you out. So you guys make yourself busy with that. After about an hour, Father Xantus and about 10 alkalites show up and they they start talking to the guards. Over this time, guards have started filtering in. You also see the people that clearly, that Sheriff Hemlock was talking about earlier. It's kind of like a militia. People are showing up with that rusty sword that's hung above their mantle since their grandfather carried it, pitchforks, bladed weapons, rusty bladed weapons, or any makeshift, like, a blacksmith hammer. They're showing up, and they're everybody's kind of looking around stoically and looking for some guidance. So Sheriff Hemlock divides his men into 4 different parties, 6 different parties, and puts one at each party at the 4 corners of the block. So on the map, that would be closest, it would be on the road that's heading to the ruins coming from the Sandpoint Garrison. Going the other direction, they make a barricade just past the town hall, going east up towards the shore, as you're going to the northern shore, right, actually kind of over by the cliff. They set up they're setting up barricades up in that area, trying to cordon everything off. So theoretically, what Sheriff Hemlock's thought is they'd like the people come in down from the south and come north up between the garrison and the town hall, and that area will kind of be cordoned off. So the team's working right now to build those barricades, and they're staging people in the appropriate areas. As the alkalites come in, they're being assigned to different groups for to in case something happens, they can do some basic healing. They can they can keep the areas illuminated. So this is, as this all is going on, time, it's getting darker and darker at this point. People are starting to show up to the south. Regular townspeople, people want to get there early, make sure they get in and they get their space in there. So a crowd starts forming down there, and guards go walk down the street, and they let people in. They need to know they need to wait. And with that, we're gonna pop over to Davdithas down at the inn.
All right. I'm assuming I've arrived at the inn?
You have arrived at the inn.
Well, you know what I'm going to do at the door.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to knock.
For guesses.
I cannot wait till somebody actually gets the knock spell. It's going to be hilarious to me. Okay, so you knock at the door.
Yes.
Come in.
I come right on in. I go, hey, is Moat around?
As you look over in the corner, Moat seems to be his back to you. Because the armor is so shiny and so impressive.
I'm blinded.
But he's kind of, you can tell by his posture, he's kind of like leaned over with his elbows on the table, and his head's kind of sunk down low.
Is there an open seat next to him?
Yes, there is. Yeah, he's at a table that would accommodate probably about 4 or 5 people.
All right, so I'm going to head over to him, and I'm going to take a seat next to him, and I'm going to just say, hey, Moat, how you doing, man?
He looks up. Well, not quite drunk. He's had a couple drinks. You can tell that almost by sitting there. You can smell the alcohol in his breath, but he's not drunk. He's not slurring his words, but you can tell. It's almost, he's almost there. Davdithas.
Hey, I'm really sorry about your sword and shield. I really wanted to try and get them back to you when you left them down there, but I don't know who could have taken them.
There's a lot going on in this town, huh, Davdithas?
You could say that.
I could say that, your lordship.
I'm sorry, what?
That's what they call you, right? That's what the notes have been calling you.
It is, but not many people call me by that.
Well, it just seems suspicious. My armor, my sword and my shield go missing. These notes are calling you your lordship. Word's getting around town. The people are getting restless that, this party that's come in, maybe this party that has supposedly helping the town maybe they're actually working against the town.
Moat, do you seriously think we had something to do with this?
So Moat begins to cast a spell.
I'm going to spellcraft that.
Okay. You think he's casting Detect Evil.
Oh, okay. I'll, definitely allow that.
He looks at you and he concentrates and he holds on to his holy symbol and he looks at you for a couple of moments and he just, well, if you are evil, you're hiding it pretty well.
I'll get naked in front of you if you want me to, and you could try it again.
Is this supposed to be funny?
Oh, I'm just saying if I had any, anything to hide, I don't have anything to hide. I'm willing to show you.
Davdithas, I would never want to believe that a follower of Desna has fallen from the light. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe that somebody who worships our, that works for the good. But there's so much going on, and it seems like there's way too much coincidence for it all not to be tied together.
I agree. Something's going on. I don't doubt anymore that there is some connection to me somehow. But I just wish I knew what it is. Someone trying to get to me, someone trying to break us down, someone trying to break this town apart. I mean, we've met our foe. We actually just had a short little seance, if you will, with the head of one of the Father Xanthus impersonators. And it said that they're everywhere among us. It makes me feel like they're just doing everything they can to try and break us apart in this town and make us doubt ourselves.
I mean, it's a common tool of our enemy to use misdirection. And I understand that. I'm not dumb.
I never took you for a dumb one, that's for sure.
Roll bluff.
Why are you here? Why did you seek me out?
Well, I wanted to see how you were doing. I wanted to apologize about your sword and shield. And I want your help.
My help? With what?
Well, you seem like a pretty good person. I feel like you can help us put an end to all this.
An end to all what?
The murders, the evil that's among this town, the danger in Sandpoint. Help us put an end to all of it.
I've been stripped of my weapon. I've been stripped of my sword. I mean, my shield. I have this, and he draws his a sword. A pretty plain looking weapon on a steel. It looks to be made pretty well, but it's not his weapon.
Moat, I was the one who was responsible for your equipment and lost it. And I vow to find it again.
Do you swear by Desna?
I swear by Desna.
Okay. A man is only as good as word, so we shall see how this plays out.
Well, speaking of playing things out, we've got a bit of a festival happening tonight.
A festival?
Yeah. It's Gunnar's idea to celebrate the lost. And we're going to try and gather the town up tonight. We're going to have some pretty tight security, and if our plan goes according to how we hope, we might actually catch someone.
Like lambs to the slaughter, all in one place.
Well, our goal is to make sure none of our lambs get slaughtered.
Noble goal. How can I help?
Well, if you'll come with me, I believe Father Xanthus and the rest of the security will be meeting up in the northwest side of town, and we'll figure out the rest of the plan.
Okay. Let's go.
I'll lead the way.
All right, so he gets up, puts his sword back in the scabbard, and just kind of looks over at his shoulder real quick and notices a smudge on his immaculately shining armor, and he just kind of wipes it off, looks at it, nods, and follows you.
Is there like a cloth nearby I can grab?
I mean, there's like a napkin, you know what I mean, like a cloth napkin, or like yeah.
Yeah. I'll grab it and I'll kind of like clean the spot for him, and I just look at him and I go, "It is really shiny armor."
Well, you grabbed a dirty rag, so now it's just smudged again.
Oops, my bad. I just drop it.
You should have grabbed a ShamWow.
Oh God.
All right. So you guys are gonna head up there.
I'm sorry.
yeah, let's head.
Okay. So you guys head up in that direction, and you get up, and there's obviously a lot of there's a lot of hustle and bustle going on. You have to kind of fight your way through the crowds that are forming, coming up from the north. And, everybody's pretty much, it's getting to be dark now, so people are filtering up there, and you have to fight your way through the crowd, is what I'm trying to say, to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
The guard recognize you and Moat. Specifically, Moat's armor is very shiny. And
Specifically,
the light,
Moat. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the light plays off of it, and he's a very impressive figure walking with his armor in that golden hue. So people part ways for him, and you walk in tow with him. After about a half hour, you get up into this, where everybody is getting set up.
Okay. Is the rest of the team there?
Team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So as we approach, I just go, "Hey, look who I found."
Welcome to the party. I think.
That's the goal of tonight, right?
I think it's gonna be a very good night. I hope it's gonna be a very good night.
Has Father Xanthus arrived?
Not that I've noticed, but I could be wrong.
Can I scan around to see if he's here?
Yep.
Is he here?
Give me a perception.
17 plus 15 for 32.
So as you look around, you see the presence of acolytes around you, which leads you to believe that he is in fact in the area. And as you scan through the crowd, looking at the different clumps of acolytes set up with the guards, your eyes do land on Father Xanthus.
Okay, so he has arrived.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So who's coordinating the efforts here? Excellent. I'll talk to the sheriff.
Okay.
I didn't realize you were talking to us. I'm sorry.
I mean, it started off as, yeah, I guess ask the sheriff.
All right, sounds
Yep.
good.
Great plan.
Is the sheriff within eyesight?
Roll a perception, see if you can find him.
16. Oh wait, no, 18 plus 13. Why did I have a plus 2 last time? Anyway,
That was weird.
yeah. So 18 plus 13 for 31.
Okay. As you scan around, you see a distinct pattern of soldiers coming and going to a specific area. And as you look over there, you do see the familiar faces. Father Xanthus talking with Mayor Devrin. They are all the way up to the north as you're heading over to the shore, and they, seems to be dispatching orders from that area. So
Okay.
right where that 30-foot arrow is, up towards that area.
All right. Well, I'll head over to them.
So at this point, it's nighttime. Dark has fallen. The light in the area is provided by torches, and the acolytes have been casting light, beseeching Desna to lay light upon this town. And so there's shadows. There are a lot of shadows because the light spells only go so far, but they're doing their best to keep the area illuminated. People are starting to be let into the festivities area now, and guards are watching, and the militia's about, and everybody's trying to keep a tight eye on things. So,
All right, awesome.
Did the bodies ever turn?
I have not.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I suppose as I approach the mayor and Father Xanthus, I go, wow, this is pretty impressive what we've managed to piece together in the short amount of time, huh?
It is, where I guess where there's a will, there's a way.
How can we help? As you can see, I've brought Moat along with me.
And he reaches his arm out and clasps Moat's wrist to wrist, and Moat, how are you, brother? And Moat just kind of shakes his head, looks over at you a little bit, and then looks back at Sheriff Hemlock. Where Moat speaks up, where would I be best suited to help out? So Sheriff Hemlock ponders for a moment and says, why don't you go on the western road behind the town hall, and there's some alkalites over there, some militia and some guards. Why don't you shore up over there to keep that position secure?
I lean over to Idabrix while they're talking, and I go, I don't think I can get the bones from these men. They're not turning.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I don't know enough about it to know what are we missing? What's...
From what I understood, they turned at night, and we have more of these things that are around them that are rampant that we can get the body parts off of. This is supposed to be a celebration of life. I don't want to hold back any more than we need to, if it's all right with you.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do what we got to do. It would be great if we could sort of take care of both things, but yeah, I understand.
All right. So Moat, we're gonna switch back over. Moat is, nods to Sheriff Hemlock and says, "Oh, okay." And so he starts to take off. Davdithas, what are you doing at this point?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask as well if there's any particular place that I might be best suited.
I feel, Davdithas, like you should be with your party, your friends. I think you guys should stay close to each other tonight. And
Are you trying to say we shouldn't split the party?
I think you guys work better as a group than alone.
That's a true statement if I've ever heard one. Very well.
Okay. And we'll call upon you. Why don't you stay over by the pyres and keep an eye on that section, and we'll send word as needed.
Excellent. All right. We'll keep a tight communication net.
Okay. So do you walk back over?
Yeah.
Gunnar, what are you gonna do with the bodies at this point?
Take them down, wrap them, and place them on top of the pyre.
Okay. All right. So you release the bodies from the poles. You wrap them up and you place them on the funeral pyres, and
I go through the whole ceremony, say the words, anoint them with the oils, and tell the stories of the passing, how the Valkyries would guide them, and they'd be judged and brought either to the to the fields, or to drink and revelry and Valhalla.
Yep. Okay. All right. So as this going on, what is Idabrix, Mihaly, and Davdithas? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm just kind of observing around and looking out for anything suspicious at this point.
Okay. Give me some perceptions, everybody. Anybody who intends to be scanning, give me some perceptions.
All right, I just rolled a 5 plus 13 for 18.
Okay.
I got a 15.
And I have a 23.
All right. So you guys are scanning the crowd. You're looking. What kind of? So I'm gonna go through you one by one. What kind of things are you looking for to try and pick up on? What abnormalities or what kind of things would you be looking for to?
I'm looking for anyone who might be somewhat isolated and not so much interacting with people.
Okay.
You know. Yeah.
Okay. And Idabrix and Mihaly.
I'm sort of, well, because of my height, I can't be looking at people that are super close by because I can only see like their waist and maybe a little bit above. So I'm more looking like to people that are a little bit further away and just kind of watching to see if it looks like anybody is drawing weapons or looking like they're about to start charging anything.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
stuff like that.
Excellent. Mihaly.
I'm sitting up on a corner of a temporary fence, so I have a little bit of an overview.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of scanning for anyone who doesn't seem to be following the general mood. Like, if there's a big party, it's mainly smiles and drink clinking and enjoying festivities. Anyone who's straight-faced, maybe a little bit too serious, anything like that.
Okay.
Someone who doesn't seem to fit in with the rest of the crowd, basically. But
Okay.
emotion-wise.
Okay. And now I'm gonna need a perception from everybody.
13 plus 13 for 26.
That's
11 plus 1 for 12.
that is a 9 for me.
I'm sorry.
16.
What was your initial roll?
That was a 1 plus an 8.
Okay.
For everybody who rolled over a 10, you start to hear a commotion coming from the northeast. Past the buildings out there. It starts as low murmuring, right? And the murmuring gets louder. All the guards start to focus over that way, and they start to move over in that direction, right? And it's like if you've been at a sporting event, like whispers are working through the crowd. You hear the words start coming through, and some commotion starts coming through, and as the commotion starts getting closer, you notice it's a clump of people, maybe 10, 15 people, and they're moving through the rest of the crowd, and as they do so, the crowd is parting for them. When they get closer and closer, you start to hear the words that are that is causing everybody to part and causing, so as they get closer, it's excited cries, it's happy, excited cries, and you start hearing what's happening, and you hear, they got him? What? They caught it? What? They got him? Are we saying they got the thing that's been causing this? They got it? And it gets closer. This clump of people gets closer and closer, and Sheriff Hemlock and Mayor Devon come running over. Father Xantis comes over. Moat comes running around the corner, and you all kind of converge in the four-way intersection. And as that group gets over to you, they take a bundle, and they say, "Sheriff, Mayor, we got it. We got the thing that's been killing everybody. We've got it." And they rip off the cloth, and then the body of Squee is in their hands. And with that, we're going to end this week's episode of Tabletop Tavern.
Fuck.
I think Nate's gonna kill you.
If you thought the Waters of Rage were bad, watch what happens next episode with Gunnar.
Oh no.
I'm sorry we ran a little bit late tonight, guys. It's we got a little bit of late start. So guys, normally after the show we do a thoughts, and we're gonna try and rush through that because a lot of the cast is tired because we had a really long weekend at PAX. So we're gonna get the thoughts from the players, where everybody is, and give our thank you because we can't skip that. And we'll go from there. So we're gonna go hyper mode. Idabrix, how's Luna? How's Idabrix feeling right now?
Idabrix is a little like, oh, holy crap! Like, she was not a big fan of Squee from the start, but she definitely knew he wasn't like killing the town people, or she was pretty certain he wasn't killing the town people.
Yeah.
But she also knows this is not going to go over well with the rest of the group, so she's a little like, oh god, like this is not going to end well.
Okay. Mihaly. I think you
Yeah, sorry. I was having a great episode or a great night until 1 minute ago. What a fucking buzzkill. I'm glad you ended on that, because I wouldn't want to keep going tonight. If that had happened mid-game, I'd be like, shit, what do I do? I need a little while to collect my thoughts around that, I guess. That sucks.
Yep.
It's
a tough one, right?
Well, I think I don't know how to word this correctly, but you need heavy things to give light to the brevity of it, I suppose.
Yep.
Like you need polarized emotions, I guess, to give meaning to the. Yeah, no, I'm having a hard time with words, but I think you understand where I'm coming from.
Yep, I get exactly what you're saying.
I get what
you can't have light
gives
without
context
the dark,
to
all
it.
that stuff.
Right. Balance.
It just sucks that it was Squee.
Okay. Davdithas.
I think the team performed well, especially on the left flank. The other team, put up a strong game tonight. But overall, I think we'll come back next week even better.
Go Pats.
It's only game 3 of the series, so we can definitely show our strengths in the.
You have a strong defense. And...
Yeah. Yeah, they just had some good plays, so that's all I have to say.
Okay. Do you have any real comments, or are you just being a smart ass?
I hate you.
Okay. I take that as a valid.
Fall into both categories.
I take that as a real comment. So thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right. Gunnar.
I pity the man that killed my friend the goblin. Because there's about to be a whole big old can of whoop ass unleashed in the middle of this party that was supposed to be a celebration.
Gunnar cast break fourth wall, kill GM.
All right, so we're moving quick tonight, guys. Normally we take a little more time, but like I said, it's been a rough week for a lot of people. So guys, if you're coming out for the first time, thank you so much for supporting us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the story. I know a lot of you are conflicted right now, but I hope that makes the story good for you. What's the story without a good villain? And I'm a good villain, so so normally we do this every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. 9 p.m. Eastern time. By the way, I forgot to grab a drink on my break, so I've been dry mouthed the whole second half. So normally we do this every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I have to travel for work this week. That's why we didn't want to skip 2 weeks in a row. We went last weekend for PAX, so we wanted to make sure we got it done this week, and had a story for you guys. And we wanted to play. We enjoy this, and we like playing the game. So we will be back next Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am traveling this whole week for work. But after that, next Monday is the premiere of Neural Nexus Zero. For those of you who don't know and are new to the channel, Neural Nexus Zero is our Savage Worlds campaign set in the 1980s retro future wave cyberpunk era game. We have an all-star cast for this. We have a lot of really good people involved, and we have had a lot of help along the way. I am still adding people to my thank you list for the go live night. I am extremely excited about this story. I am from Boston. I'm from New England. And I put a lot of my thought into this story, and I've had this story for a long time, and I finally get to tell it. So Gunnar's on that, Loken plays, Astropub, and Atomic Zero, Dr. Doom, and that's it, right? And me. But I don't matter.
And you.
We have a lot of really good production for that, and I'm really excited to present it to you. Right now, Astropub is going to be on our next production, like I just mentioned. So we are going to go raid Astropub and show him some love. He is a Star Citizen streamer. He is a RPG streamer. He has a great YouTube content, and I am excited for his RP in the upcoming show. So I'm going to kick it over to our ending screen. We're going to kick off our credits, and then we're going to go show Paul some love. When you get over there, if you're a sub to the channel, let him know where you're coming from and let those emotes fly. Until next time, guys, we love you. Thank you for supporting our community, and we'll see you next time in the tavern.